my boss sacked me out of work, and I literally begged this guy not to sack me. That's how, like, I'm ashamed to say it now. Like, I'm absolutely ashamed to say it, but I begged this guy not to sack me.
Yeah.
And
From the plumbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was doing gay porn. And like,
but what's that got to do with being a plumber? Like,
I was a gas manager for the council. He just didn't. He was just homophobic. He didn't like it. He called me disgusting. I literally, like, I know, I even hate saying it. I rang him up and I was like, look, Stuart, please. I said, I'm literally begging you. I need this job. Please, like, this job means everything to me. I said, look, I can't take the porn down. It was in the past. I can't take it down. It's on my websites. I said, please, like, I'm literally begging you. I have rent to pay and stuff. And he's like, no. If you're watching this, Stuart, I want to thank you, because when you fired me, it gave me the motivation to do really well. And now I'm very successful. Thank you.
Do you reckon he's still working for the council?
No, he's probably still watching me porn.
Hello, people. Welcome to another episode of the Naughty Little Podcast. Today's guest is none other than the big dick bastard himself,
Andy Lee.
Andy Lee.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
There you go. I forgot to say that. Right, Andy, I'm going to ask you for an introduction into yourself.
Yep.
And a bit of a background about who you are, what you do, in case someone hasn't seen your cock
Absolutely.
already. So,
my name's Andy Lee. I'm 36 years old. I'm a porn star. I've been in the adult industry since I was 21, so it's gone on 15 years this year. I've done everything in the adult industry. My main thing is like the gay for pay style niche. I'm a straight guy that does gay porn. I do sexual acts with men. And that's my niche. I'm really successful, and I'm really happy, really positive.
Nice. I like it. Right, so where are you from? Ireland? Whereabouts?
Yeah, I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I grew up single mum, 6 kids.
You was a single mum?
Yeah, I had a single mum.
Oh, your mum was single. Yeah, right, cool.
Single mum, 6 kids. I'm the oldest. My brother Ryan's the youngest. Mum died in a car crash when she was 31. I was 12.
Fucking hell.
Homeless till about the age of 17. From the age of 15 to 17, roughly homeless, living on the streets of Dublin. Finally got a break when I was about 19, moved to Australia. Spent a few years out there finding myself. Visa ran out in Australia, had to move back to the UK. Moved to the UK. I was here for about a month, met a guy in the gym, introduced me to a porn company, and he said, look, you'd be good at this. Long story short, I started doing porn for English lads, just solo style videos, me on my own. And it took off from there. Done that for a few years on and off. Went to college, became a gas engineer, plumber, and started my career down plumbing. Ended up being the gas manager for Watford Community Housing over in Watford, and my boss found out about my past career in porn, sacked me on the day. He made me resign that day, and it was the start of COVID. Left with no job, tore my bicep. Yeah. So it was a bad situation. Yeah. And then started OnlyFans, and from there, my life changed.
Sick. I like OnlyFans. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on the subject of OnlyFans, can we get the card up on screen, please? And your OnlyFans is Andy Lee XXX.
Yeah.
Your Twitter, well, X, formerly Twitter, is Andy Lee XXX.
Yeah.
Your Instagram is Do It Like Andy with underscores in between the words.
Yeah.
And your website is andyleexxx.com.
That's right, yeah.
Excellent. So talk about your OnlyFans, mate. What? Obviously, I'm going to jump straight to it. You are definitely not gay.
I'm definitely not gay. Not ashamed of. I say what I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not gay at all.
No.
But I do sexual things with men, and a lot of people struggle to understand.
Yeah, no, I've wanted to talk to you for ages because I struggled to understand how. I'm not saying you are gay.
No, that's fine.
But how you are not remotely gay or bi or something. Do you know what I mean? Like me. Again, I start to understand because it's like, mate, could I do it? Couldn't I do it? I had a conversation with someone the other day and they said...
You can do it.
Oh,
come on over to PSU. We'll get you on Team Andy.
Mate, someone said, would you let someone suck... No, they asked me if I'd suck a dick. How much would you suck a dick for? And I said, I wouldn't. And I said, actually, 5 million quid. And then I said, you know what? If someone put £1 million in cash in front of me, if I'm honest, I'll probably gobble it. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, that's the position I'm in.
Yeah, I get you.
That's as simple as that.
It's mad, but I think at that point I'd fucking be like, if I can get £1 million every time, I'd end up loving it, mate. I'd be a gay.
There you go. Pledged. So there's your answer.
So you're gay now?
No. So right. So first of all, yeah, people like to slap labels on everything.
Yeah.
They like to close people off with a label. Now, what is a sexuality label? A sexuality label is to identify yourself for a partner. Yeah, that's what the label is. You tell the partner you're trying to be on a date with, or whatever. You're trying to connect with. You tell them, right? My sexuality is straight, gay, or bi. That's what you're going to tell the partner, so they know what you identify as, so they know if there's
a chance.
Yeah, of course. Now, what is gay? What is straight? What is bisexual? Yeah, so we'll just talk about those three.
Being attracted to someone of that sex, isn't it? Like,
yeah. So it's, for me, being gay is obviously it's way more than just a sexual act. Like, you look at gay people growing up, they are gay. There's no doubt about it. Like, a person doesn't turn gay. A person is gay. They're born gay.
Yeah.
You know, same with bisexuality, and same with straight people, and same with pansexual, all these other sexualities. People are what they are, and that is it. There's nothing more to it. Now, I am not physically attracted to a man. Yes, I've conditioned myself to be able to make adult content with men for entertainment.
Yeah.
But there's not more to it than that. Like, people are so hell-bent on sexuality. Like, people are saying to me, you have to be bi. Why do I have to be bi?
Have you ever taken one up the shitter?
No.
No.
I used a toy once, didn't like it. Yeah. But it's irrelevant. Like, I would fuck a man. Like, I don't even think about it. Like, I probably would suck it. I would do anything in my career, because it's my
work.
job.
It's work,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Now,
you separate your person.
I don't judge people. I'm not like, people say, why don't you not just admit that you're gay? Or why don't you not just admit that you're bi? I'm like, I don't have a problem with gay people or bi people.
Just for the haters out there, just for the people.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just look in the camera and say, all right, I might be gay.
No, because I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to lie to people watching. I'm not going to insult anyone's intelligence. You know, like,
yeah.
I'm straight because I fit into that category. I'm only attracted to females sexually, and that there's nothing more to it.
Do you use Viagra or anything?
I have done in the past. Yeah, I have.
Now you just learned that you don't need it.
No, so what I do, I can't, because I get red dots on my eyes. But like, I've been doing it for 15 years, so I'm very well conditioned.
It's just work, innit? Yeah.
And for me, where I am in life right now, a blowjob is a blowjob.
Yeah. Who gives a better blowjob, men or women?
Men.
Really?
The best blowjob I've ever had is off a man.
But generally speaking, so let's say 10 blowjobs from a man and 10 blowjobs from different women. Now,
I think it depends on the person, because I've had good and bad from both sides. But the best blowjob I've ever received is from a man. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but this was a shocking experience for me. This guy, his name's Oliver Hunt. Big shout out to Oliver Hunt. The throat go.
Yes,
I'll introduce you.
Thanks,
he's this short little lad. I think he's South American, or he's Spanish or something. Lovely guy. Absolutely lovely guy. Mate, he sucked it with his throat. See, that's the look.
Yeah.
So it goes in right to the base, and I have a big fat thing. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is this? I was shocked.
How long did you last?
It wasn't a full. It was a trailer.
Oh.
No, man, it was lovely. It was a great scene. It was a great experience. Now, people saying like, well, if you loved getting a blowjob off a man, that must be gay. That must be bi. You enjoyed it.
The thing is, you can't help what it feels like.
Mate,
like
exactly that.
You're there, do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, and
would
if it
I
feels
do it?
good, it feels good. Like,
but would I do it in my personal life? No, I wouldn't. Like,
what about if you were with a bird and you went to a swingers club or something like that, and your missus would have been like, right, cool. So can we bring this geezer over?
Absolutely.
And, like, we all play together.
Yeah.
So he sucks you off, and you.
I suppose if I was ever in that position and the person I was with wanted to do something like that for them, then I would do it for them.
Yeah.
Would I do it for my own personal gratitude? No, I wouldn't.
Fair. While we're talking about swingers club, shout out Mirage up in Lincoln.
I've never been to a swingers club.
Have you not?
No.
I'm going on the 29th if you're
really?
up for it.
I'm game.
Yeah. There you go. Right, where were we? Talking about OnlyFans, you sucking dick, etc. Well, have you ever had your gag reflex texted?
No.
No.
I never sucked a dick.
Have you not?
No.
Why not?
Just not for me. There's a lot of things in porn I haven't done yet.
What's your price?
Oh, $20.
Sick.
The price of my OnlyFans $9.99 a month.
If you do customs on your OnlyFans?
No.
No.
No. So my OnlyFans is very simple. My OnlyFans is I make content. I post them on there. I post them on there for anyone to watch.
Yeah.
Yes, I make content towards a gay audience because that's what my audience is and that's what they enjoy. I get a lot of negativity from everyone, whether it's straight people, gay people, whatever. So some gay people say, you're taking money from the gay community. But I'm not taking money from anyone. I make my content. Yeah, I make my content and they choose to buy it.
But the thing is, so many gay people that I know pretty much only fuck straight guys.
Yeah, like everyone's different.
They go after straight guys. Like gay guys in general enjoy. Mate, in my younger days, I used to enjoy shagging birds in the bum because mentally it's like an achievement that shouldn't be done. It's a little taboo thing.
See, I'm not like that.
No.
I don't like anal with anyone.
Mate, I don't like anal no more because it's something I used to do to like
dominate.
Yeah, to dominate. And I don't need to do that. I'm a dominant enough man without having to do that these days. And I feel like that's the same with a lot of gay people. They like shagging straight guys because it's like, we've done that. We broke another one. Yeah,
it's like an achievement for them. But no, I had a chat about this. Some guy said to me, a guy called John asked me, why do I think a lot of gay people are attracted to some straight lads? And I think it goes back to them growing up having the friend that they were attracted to, or the plumber in their house they looked at and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think it's more of it's a deeper thing rather than a physical image thing.
Well, there we go. So whilst we're on that topic of what gay guys do find attractive, I spoke to a guy called Morgan Kent on this podcast, and I said that I don't understand when gays, lesbians as well, so like gay guys find attractive like a proper mincer is the word I used. Like how...
You mean a proper femme guy?
Yes, a real femme. Like if you're a gay guy, then surely like you find men attractive that are masculine. You find masculinity attractive, not just someone that is like, because a lot of them like that these days are wearing makeup and like dressing very like...
Yeah, femme.
Yeah.
But it goes back to this whole thing like where being gay is not just black and white. It's not just one way. Gay people are just attracted to the same sex. And then everybody is different. Everybody's attracted to something else. And yes, people may find femme guys attractive. Femme guys may find butch guys attractive. Yeah. But it just comes down to personal preference. Like I don't think there's any right or wrong for anything. Like I find, like I get a lot of hate on the internet for everything. But what I do notice is I notice when some people are trying to put me down, specifically if like a gay guy tries to put me down, they're trying to say, oh, you're a bottom, as if a bottom is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like it's so mad. People are always trying to put someone else down rather than big them up.
Yeah.
But I get it from everywhere.
So I'd just like to clarify this, and I've said it before and I say it to your face. Yeah. I respect you and I respect your hustle and I respect what you do. Obviously, I'm curious, viewers are curious, so the questions I ask aren't solely based on my opinions, it's based on what I believe people want to know the answers to.
Absolutely, and I'm here. Ask me anything.
I'll take my hat off to you. I think what you're doing is
different.
It's unique. It's unique, but it makes your money and your whole purpose on this world is to make money and be happy. Do you know what I mean? If you're doing that and you're not fucking hurting no one in the process, you're not murdering people and fucking selling fucking Romanians to fucking Arabs. Do you know what I mean? You're just...
I am an entertainer. And the biggest question people say, am I happy? The answer, yes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So what else matters? Like, I don't hurt anyone. I'm not horrible to anyone. Like, people see me on the internet and they see my cringy videos. Now...
What cringy videos?
All my cringy social media videos. And I understand. Listen, I make these videos specifically to cringe people out. Because I can't advertise my porn. Like, you just can't advertise it on social media. No. So I make these videos of us lads, and I'll tell the lads to do specific things because I know it triggers people. And we will get inundated with hate. Like, absolute abuse off everybody. Well, like, you'll have... And I get more homophobic abuse than every gay person I know.
Yeah.
Like, you look through my Instagram, like, gay this... And, like, we're living in this... We're 2025 and people are still saying, that's gay.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking stupid is that? But I do things on purpose because I know it gets people talking. But people think that's me. Like, and I'll comment back to all these comments, and I comment stupid stuff back. I'm like, yeah, your mum.
Yeah.
You know, like stupid stuff. But it triggers the more, you know, and like it all benefits because the more interaction I get, the more traction I get, the more money I make.
Yeah.
So there's method behind my madness.
Do you remember your first gay scene?
Yeah. When you say gay scene, like you mean
The first thing you done with a guy?
yes.
Not just sitting on the sofa next to him, like for your first gay interaction on camera.
Like blowjob, my first blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel doing that? Was it like awkward or?
So there's a story to this. I was working with an American guy called Nicholas. Nicholas is a lovely guy. He's not in the industry anymore. Really good looking guy, big muscly guy, mixed race. I think he was like Mexican American.
Okay.
Absolutely riddled with ADHD, bouncing all over the place. Me and him clicked great. Anyways, the day we were filming, we were rushing. We were really busy, and we had to get on with the video. Now, before every single video, we normally sit down and speak, and we will say, "Look, what's your boundaries? What do you want to do? What do you not want to do?" And that day, we were in such a hurry that we never did that. Now, Nicholas was as gay as they come, so he was expecting me to be on the same sort of level as him. Yeah. And part of the video that day, I was dressed as a firefighter, and he was just in a jock. The part of the video that day was him sniffing my balls, and I was like, "You sniff my balls through my boxers." And I was filming a point of view, and he just took it out and put it in his mouth. And now it's nothing on him. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll always say this, it was nothing on him. It was my fault. I didn't tell him. And instantly he copped on. I froze. You know, I was just like, "The fuck is this?" And then I was just like, we've come this far now. Let's just go with it. Yeah. And we just went with it. He was really respectful to me afterwards. He was like, "Look, you can delete it if you want and stuff." But he worked, so he works. He deserves it's his video as well. So we left that day, and it played on my mind so much.
Did it make you feel embarrassed? Like because you didn't expect it?
Not embarrassed. It made me feel bad, like mentally. So I was struggling with myself. I was thinking, "Fuck, I must be gay." Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I got sucked off by a man. I got hard and I come. Like I'm gay, and it was playing on my mind, and I really struggled with it, which is naive now when I think back to it. But at the time,
I don't think it's naive. I think it's natural. Like
yeah, at the time, like I just didn't. I didn't know how to deal with it. So I didn't. People didn't know about my porn then. It was still hidden, like from my friends and family. And I was a bit worried about this video coming out because this was the next level for me. But I knew, and he was going to release it, so I said, "All right, I'm going to have to release it as well." I released it, and like people loved it, and I enjoyed that people loved it, and because they loved it, it sort of egged me on a bit, and then it was all right. Yeah. So I didn't do it every video. Then it was that one video. I didn't advertise it anywhere. I just put it on my page, and that was it.
Did it sell? Like so, you didn't.
It done really well. Yeah, it done really well.
And then is that like at what point did you think, "You know what, I'm gonna fucking just crack on and do more of this"? Did it take you a while to get your head straight?
What happened then was I got contacted on Twitter by a Channel 4 producer, and they said, "Look, would you like to be on this TV program? It's about people with big cocks." Yeah, yeah. It's called a program called Too Large for Love, and I said, "You know what? This is the time for me now to tell everyone what I do." So we started filming the program. Everything was great. Program went great. A week before the program was aired, the director called me and he said, "Look, Andy, the whole narrative of the program has changed. We're going to change the name of the program to My Massive Cock." And I was like, "Fuck." So, okay. So that was that. So I had to call my family members then in Ireland and explain like the situation. My aunties were cool, you know. I had little old Catholic aunties, and like I explained, like, you know, I'm not a plumber, you know, like I do
had
this.
sex before marriage as well,
and they were like, "Oh, don't tell me, I don't want to hear it, don't tell me." But they know me, they know what I'm like, they know my personality, so and they love me, so they get me. Now, my uncles on the other hand, they didn't get it. They didn't like it. And don't get me wrong, I do.
You know what? I can tell how much affected you because you got bright red just as you mentioned your uncles.
And no, but the reason why as well is I don't like my uncles.
Yeah. Is that because of them?
No, it's nothing got to do with that. I don't hold any resentment against people who don't like me because of porn. Growing up, I went through a really tough life. And my mum, she died when she was 31. She had us growing up throughout our age. So she had me when she was 19. And
where were you in the list of your
I was the first.
siblings? Okay.
So I was the first kid when she was 19. And then she had my brother Patrick when she was 21. My sister when she was 23. And like, as she went on, she went through tough times. My stepdad, my brother Patrick and sister Aoife's dad was an alcoholic. And he used to beat my mum black and blue, like really beat her. When I was writing this book, I never really, like, I have the memories of it, but I never pictured my mum as a person. I just picture her as a memory. When he beat her, She was 23 years old with 3 kids, and he beat her black and blue. And her brothers did nothing. She has 4 brothers, and they did nothing. I have a sister. My sister means the world to me. You know what I mean? Like, I would never, ever let anyone do it like that.
Mate, my sister's was married, and she's got 2 kids with some guy called Richard.
Yeah, Richard.
He put his hands on my sister. Mate, I'll give him a hiding. I'll give him a solid hiding. I got arrested and de-arrested the same day. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, you can't.
But that's understandable, you know?
Sister, like, period. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, genuinely speaking, as an adult, if my dad was still alive and he put his hands on my adult sisters that have got children, I'll give him a hiding as well.
Of course.
Do you know what
I mean? And there's a lot more to my family.
Yeah.
Like, when it goes into their dad and stuff, there's a lot more to them. Like, my uncles, if he's watching you bitches.
Yeah, we're coming.
No. I listen. I'm not a negative person. I don't hold any resentment. It was a different time back then.
Yeah.
I don't know the situation back then. You know, I have an uncle who's only a few years older than me.
Mate, the thing is as well, I feel like the older Catholic culture is completely different to what a lot of people know.
Backwards.
Do you know what I mean? Like, very fucked up.
Mate, I spoke about this. I even got hate about this from some gay people. So I had this. I was on a podcast with these Irish lads, lovely Irish lads. We were talking about, in Ireland, it was illegal to be gay until, I said 1996, but it was actually 1993. It was illegal to be gay in Ireland until 1993. So you could be arrested for falling in love with someone that you're attracted to. Totally legal, totally consenting adults could have been arrested and put in prison for it. Now, I said at the time, so the other lad, Irish Bull that was with me, I said, mate, we could have been arrested. And we're not even gay. Yeah. And people picked up on me saying, and we're not even gay. And they're like, what do you mean by that? Like, as if I was insulting. I'm picking up. I'm standing up for gay people every day.
Listen, stop being so sensitive, you little fucking...
I'm so protective around the LGBT community.
Word there. That's close.
But I'm so protective. Like, mate, I don't have a hateful bone in my body. Yeah. Like, I show everyone love and everyone respect because I think everyone deserves it. And people pick on, like, I done this podcast as well, 2.5 hours speaking my heart to this. It was my first ever gay podcast. Spoke my heart. How gays literally, when I say gay people saved my life, they did. During lockdown, when I lost my job and I was in a bad situation, I started OnlyFans. I started a Twitter, and mentally I was in a dark place. And the only people I was speaking to every day was gay people. Yeah. And these people, every day I woke up, these people were like, Andy, I hope you're having a great day. I hope everything's lovely. And like, they put me back in the right place. So when I say to people, like, I owe gay people my love, I do. And it's not just the monetized side of things, it's the mental side of things as well. Yeah. And I don't look at people like, I don't look at someone like, oh, me gay mate, Gav. I don't look at like someone like, he's just Gav. Yeah. You know, but people are so hell-bent on sexuality. It's nuts.
Right, mate, I've got trans friends, yeah. And everyone just thinks I'm shagging them. And I'm like why?
That's understandable.
I get accused of it. And it's like, the thing is, if I was, so what? And if I was, I wouldn't care. But I'm not. But just because I go for dinner with someone who's trans, everyone's like, oh no, like, you must be shagging. Like, just because we post a little picture holding hands and that. Do you know what I mean? Everyone gets out of their pram about it. Would you go for dinner with her? I'll show you. This is my friend.
I go for dinner with anyone. You forget who I am. No, listen, I don't hold that against trans. I know loads of trans people. And I speak about my first experience. And this is the true story. I'll always talk about my first experience with a trans person. A Scottish girl. And we were filming with her. I went to pick her up from this. Wow. Jasmine. Jesus, Jasmine looks incredible.
Jasmine Blue Heaven.
Yeah, Jesus.
She might come to your studio one day, actually.
She's more than welcome to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So my first ever experience with a trans person, she's Scottish. I picked her from the train station. She got in the car and I was like, what the fuck? So I said to her, I said, look, can I be totally honest with you? I'm going to be totally honest. I'm very new to all this stuff. You know, didn't meet my first gay person until I was 22. I'm very, very vanilla to it all. A bit naive. And I said, look, can I be totally honest with you? I was expecting white mate. Like, this is what I was expecting, you know? And like, it's wrong of me to expect that, but I was. And I looked at her and I'm like, you're a girl. Like, I couldn't look at you in any, like, I would be insulted. And like, this is what I'm saying. It is very insulting when people say, oh, trans a man. You know what I mean? That's like, she was a girl, you know? And that was that.
I like that.
I got a great blowjob.
Was it a good one?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. On camera.
It was on camera, yeah. And you know what? You know what's funny?
Well, you can't help but, like, someone said to me, I was in a bar with Jasmine, right? and some girl said to me, if she weren't a man, she'd be the most attractive bird in it. And I said to her, but she is the most attractive bird in it. And she said, what, even me? And I said, yes, even you. She's still the most attractive girl in here. Like, who else looks as good as that? No one. So sit the fuck down and drink your drink.
Oh, why is like people so negative and hateful about anything? Like,
it's muggy, isn't it?
Who cares? Like, people are so. Because I see, I'm on Twitter, and like Twitter is full of hate, you know, and like sometimes I fall down a rabbit hole watching all the negative crap on there.
Does it get to you still?
It still does get to me, because like I see people slagging off people, and they don't know what they're talking about. When they talk about specifically like, trans and would you fucking trans in our little girls' toilets? What the fuck are you talking? It's not like, but they're trying to say like me or you. Like, now I can identify as a woman. I'm going to go into the toilets. That's what they're imagining, but it's not like that. In reality, they're not like that. These people are people. You know, this is a person you're talking about. Yeah. They're not all predators. It's like back in the day, back in the olden days when people used to have this image of gay people, and like a lot of straight guys thought the gay guy, just because he's gay, wanted to check him. Like, wouldn't get changed in change room. Nah, he's looking at me.
Mate, you know, I used to have, like, my sisters, actually, when I was a kid, had a gay friend called Jamie, and I must have been like 14, 13, and they were younger than me, but Jamie was like my age, and they used to bring him around my house, and my dad didn't like him. My dad's a Jamaican guy, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get onto that one. But, mate, I genuinely was scared to fart, because I thought if I farted, he'd like it.
He'd be in there. He probably would.
If I fart, he's going to be well up for that. I hold my farting around him and that. It's fucking hilarious.
It's so mad, isn't it, how we're mentally designed like that at a young age because of the world they grew up in.
That's exactly it. It's who you grew up with, how you grew up.
Exactly.
Like, I grew up in a fucking Caribbean household. You grew up in a fucking Catholic household.
Irish, yeah.
Like, it's not much different.
I grew up in a terrible household, full of drugs, violence, and hateful everything.
Talking about your household, can I bring it back? Because I listened to a snippet of you dictating your book.
Yeah.
And you were speaking about John.
Yeah.
And John stroking your hair and stuff. Was this, I didn't read your book yet.
Yeah.
But did he groom you?
No.
Or was it just a bit weird at times?
No. So that was the day my mum died. So
so he was just like...
He was waking me up.
Okay, I thought... Okay,
yeah,
see?
You didn't watch the whole time.
I
This is typical.
I haven't read it yet. I just thought John was noncing you.
No, and
then you find out your mum died, and then you had to go and live with him, and it got way worse.
No.
And that's what turned you gay.
No, so this is what I talk about on the internet. People see a headline and they make a judgment instead of... Like, I filmed a 2.5 hour podcast, and people took the headline and didn't watch the podcast and judged me, you know? Now, John...
Sorry, John.
No, John's an asshole. We're not sorry for John.
Not sorry, John.
No. So...
Irish prick.
Yeah. So John woke like, I had to tell the story, and I had to explain it in that way so people could relive it with me. So my memory of that day, I woke up, John was lying in my bed, and he was like, wake up. And he's like, look, you need to be strong today for your brothers and sister. And I'm just like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm 12 years old, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a clue what he was talking about. So it was just weird. Like, he didn't live with us around like that. Why is he in my house, you know? I went downstairs, and the girl who was babysitting us, Sherry, she was sitting there crying. And I'm just like, this is so confusing. And my mum's friend Martina was in the house as well, and she was crying. And I'm just thinking to myself, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Where's my mum? Like, she went out last night, and like, I was standing outside playing with my friends. My mum came up to me and gave me a kiss, and she said goodbye, and she went out to a party, and that was it. So then John said, look, we're going over to my place. He lived in an apartment about half an hour away. So he had to cycle. We were broke at the time, didn't have any car or anything like that. So we cycled over to John's house. John's house was a shithole, absolutely. Like, he was an alcoholic, like beer cans everywhere, like rotten moldy food in the sink. Like, it was bad. So we got to John's house. I'm 12, Patrick is 10, and my sister Fiona's 8. Still so confused, not knowing what's going on, but I didn't put two and two together. I was really young. He sat us all down on the sofa, and he was like, look, your mum went out to a party last night. There's a car crash and she died. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I started fucking crying like crazy. Like, my brain just wouldn't let me believe it. You know, like, I was only a kid. So he says, well, I'm going to leave his here. He went down to the pub. He's not alcoholic. He went down to the local pub. He sat there, and like, me, Patrick and Aoife were just sitting on the sofa looking at each other, and like, they're crying, I'm crying, and like...
What'd you do?
Yeah, you're a kid, you don't know what to do. then we heard the radio's on, and they reported there was a crash in Clondalkin. 31-year-old female was killed.
Was she driving?
No, she was a passenger. A 21-year-old driver killed her.
Fucking hell.
And I was just like, my life's over. Like, my brain, like every day of my life.
I just sat in that shitty flat as well, thinking this is it now. Like,
but that's it. Like every day of my life, there was just me, mum, and the kids. Like we didn't like there was blokes in and out of our life, but she was there when I woke up. She was there when I went to bed. She was there throughout my whole life, and then she wasn't. So, and I'm at the age of 12. I'm starting to get hormones. I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to get emotional and stuff. And it was tough. Really, really hard to deal with. Then we got separated. So there's 6 siblings. Different family members took them, and it was just a really bad time. Moved into a different school. Didn't know anyone in my school. In a strange place, and then I'm living with my stepnan, John's auntie, John's mum, and me and her just didn't get along.
Yeah.
You know, I just wouldn't. And so then I moved in with my uncle, and just kept getting passed around house to house. I was a troubled teenager who just couldn't deal with life, and I was causing trouble everywhere I was going, fighting with absolutely everyone, hated the world. And then by the age of 15, they just turned their back on me. They were like, look, get out. So then I found myself living on the streets.
Like proper on the streets, or in hospitals?
On the streets, yeah. No, on the streets. I was 15.
Cardboard boxing and that.
Yeah, didn't have anything. But I didn't know any different back then. You know, like I would stay with friends. Like we would all go and hang out in broken buildings and all that, and just do all bad stuff. And then there was a time I was living in a Vauxhall. It was an Opel Corsa. I was staying in that. Then I learned about 24-hour internet cafes.
Yeah.
And I would go and I would pay for a pass late at night. I would pay for a 24-hour pass, and I would just like lie at the computer and sleep like that. And then by the time I got to 19, my brother told me about these working holiday visas in Australia. It's like 120 quid or something to apply for this. I applied for it and I got it straight away.
So was your brother still with John?
Yeah, so there was a big time, like I got through all my book. My brother gets kicked out of the house when he was I was 17, he was 15. But he went to live with his friend Christopher. So he was all right. We all got money when we were 18 from my mum's car crash. We all got paid like a little payout. And I literally blew it. Like I never had anything growing up, and then I suddenly had £46,000.
Yeah.
And I went to stay in a hotel. I stayed in a hotel for about a month. Had my first steak.
So this is during your homeless time?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was supposed to get it when I was 18. I was supposed to get the money when I was 18. Like, but I didn't have any guardians. I was a ward of court. So I was in the state was my guardians. So I applied to them and I said, look, I need money. I'm living on the streets. I have no money. I was only 17 at the time. And they decided to give me my money. They said I needed to get I said I needed a car to get a job and stuff. So they decided to give me my money. Then I suddenly had all this money and I freaked out. They gave me a bank account. They done everything like that. They just gave me the card and said, look, there's your money on the card. I went straight to the bank and took it out in cash. Like, I didn't trust anyone. So all of a sudden I had this money and I didn't know what to do with myself. I literally went and bought a big, massive steak, had my first steak, went straight, stayed in a hotel straight away. But before I knew, the money was gone.
Yeah.
Then I moved to Australia, started a new life, and that was it. Like, Dublin was in my past. I had a best friend at the time called Clayton. Clayton was like, you haven't tattooed on my arm. He was like my brother. Like when I tell you he was like my brother, he was literally like my brother. When I was homeless at about the age of 15, 16, I was out to see my cousin John, and he brought his mate Clayton out with him. Clayton was nuts. He was absolutely mental. He just got out of a young offenders home. His mum and dad are junkies. Like, so we were on the same sort of wavelength. And we met that day and we just clicked. You know, just two lads just click, you know. And he said, bro, just come live with me. Like the day I met him, just come and live with me. Now he didn't have that, and he was living, his mum's a junkie. And he said, come, and we shared a bedroom. And that was it. We became brothers, like literally became brothers that day. We done absolutely everything together. We would lie in bed at night. He was going through the same stuff I was going through. And we would listen to a song by Tupac, Life Goes On.
Yeah. And
we would always imagine like what life could be. I have a tattoo on my arm. Life Goes On.
Yeah, sick. You've got everything tattooed on you, ain't you?
So Clayton was a big part of my life. He came to the airport with me when I left to go to Australia and get my hug, say goodbye. And in Australia, a year into Australia, I got a phone call off my friend Leon. Leon said, did you hear about Clayton? And I said, yeah, it was his birthday. It was his 21st birthday the night before. I said, it was his birthday last night. I spoke to him last night. He's mad. And he said, mate, he died. I said, what do you mean he died? Now, I was driving to work at the time. And I'm like, what do you mean he died? And he's like, yeah, he died of an overdose. And I sort of just hung up the phone and that was it. And like, I just remember freezing. Like, I never felt like this before. Even when my mum died, I think I was a bit more young, but now I was older, I could process things a bit better. I just froze and I just felt like...
Your brother died?
Not again.
Yeah.
Not again.
Was it the same feeling? I suppose
it was different. No, it was different this time.
Yeah.
I didn't... Like when my mum died, I had this pain. This time was an emptiness. Like it was so different. I went into work that day. I didn't tell anybody and I just was like... Got on with my day and work and I was just lost. Didn't really know how to deal with things. I got home then that night and it hit me hard. Like I cried and cried and cried. Rang my auntie Linda. I said, don't want to be in Australia anymore. I want to come home to Ireland. Like I didn't know how to deal with things. And she was just saying like, why would you come back for his funeral? Like why? There's nothing here for you in Ireland. You left Ireland to start a new life. Clayton wouldn't want you to come back. He wants you to be out there living your life. So I stayed, but I felt so guilty for staying. Like it ate away at me for a long time. Yeah, that was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with. Like even though losing my mum and all that was really, really difficult when I was young. I think because I was a bit older, losing Clayton was definitely the hardest thing I dealt with.
Because you had to actually deal with it instead of...
Exactly. And I was on my own. I was on my own in a different country. Yeah. I couldn't be there to support his family. I couldn't be there to... I don't know where his grave is. I've never been to his grave.
Yeah,
you know?
That's crazy.
All I know is...
Are you in contact with any of his family still?
Not his family, no. Like his sisters, don't get me wrong. I spoke to his sisters on social media.
And that, like.
Yeah, because I get along with his sisters and I don't really have... Like I don't really do anything on social media other than... promote me videos. I don't speak to people really on there. But I did for a long time after that. I stayed in touch with his sisters, and but they just moved on with their life. You know, I moved on with my life. But yeah, that was the worst thing I ever had to deal with.
God bless you. R.I.P. Clayton.
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
It is, and like even writing the book. So writing my book, there was a lot of tough times in the book. Like especially writing the whole thing was the hardest thing I've ever done. But the last thing I done in the book was I wrote an acknowledgement at the back, just to thanking people. I thanked OnlyFans, you know, because without OnlyFans I would have been nowhere. Like I thanked the people who follow me. I had to thank my mum, and then I had to thank Clayton. And Jesus, that was tough. Yeah. Like that was tough because I had these conversations over and over in my head for years. Like I spoke to my mum in my head, I spoke to Clayton in my head. And then I had to write them down. And like, it's so different when you have to write them down compared to when you say them to yourself. People think I'm this idiot on the internet, but I'm actually like...
He's pretty much crying. Bless him. Do you want tissue?
That's all good.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's...
Talk about something positive.
Yeah. You got your own university.
I do. I have my own Porn Star University. So I created the Porn Star University to help others. Porn Star University.
Oh, it's called Porn Star University. Cool.
So it's to help others in the porn industry who first start out. I'm very experienced in the porn industry of all aspects. And the narrative out there is that like you can sell feet pics on OnlyFans to become a millionaire. Well, in reality, that's not true. People say, what you do is easy. Just you become rich easy.
Yeah.
Like, but they don't actually know how difficult it actually is. And that's what I do. I teach people how difficult it actually is. Like a new person comes to me and I go through, like, you come to me, you're coming to the Porn Star University. Rob wants to come and become a porn star. Right, Rob?
I'm on it.
Have you ever done that like this before? Your answer is going to be yes or no. And let's pretend it's no. Okay, so your answer is no. You've never done that like this before. Okay, Rob. Can you deal with all your family and future employers seeing your content on the internet? And then whatever answer that becomes of that's the answer whether they're going to do it or not.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Because if they can't deal with their family or they want to keep private around like that, it's a no. You know, I always tell people you need to give it everything to be successful. There's no such thing as like these faceless accounts. People will find out who you are. And if you're trying to hide it, you're going to
They
lose.
just try and find you harder, don't they? Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one person to recognize you and they share it. I don't know why people are like this, but they do. People like to hurt others for no
Yeah.
reason.
It's like when people first start OnlyFans or doing porn. The first people to share your content or
people
leak
who know
your
you.
content is your people that know you. Sending it to
course,
all your
yeah.
group chats, and it's like, it's
Absolutely,
muggy, and it's
yeah.
bad behaviour. Bad friends.
People who start the industry don't have a clue. They really don't. And it's not against them. They just don't know. Like when you start a new job, you don't know what you're doing. They don't know things from how important the lights are, how important the camera is, how to use a tripod, how to do
Fucking hungry.
how to do paperwork, how to do consent paperwork, model release forms, identification, all these legal things that you have to do that people just don't know about. And then you can't just film random stuff. You need to find who your audience is, what type of content your audience wants, and how to film it the best way possible to sell it to them, because content is king. If your content is good, people will enjoy it and come back. You know, I hate these scammers. I shouldn't say I hate. I don't hate anyone. I don't like these people who scam and take advantage of people and pretend like they're selling something when it's really not.
Yeah.
You know, you sign up to their page and
Yeah, it's muggy.
Yeah, I don't like that. These are the people who support you through anything.
How
and
many
you're trying
people
to rip them off?
Go to your university currently?
So in our lads group, we have 110 lads.
Okay.
And in the mixed group, there's 400.
Is it all physical, or like do you do digital training as well? Or does everyone have to actually?
No,
physically come to the studio?
people have to come to me. Like I need to speak to the person in person. I need to see the person in person and have a chat with them. Make sure that they take it serious and make sure they understand what they're getting into. Because
Do you manage them as well?
Yeah, so I get them started, and then it's like their own thing. Like I don't charge anybody anything. I don't take it, and I don't ask for anything. I get someone set up. I teach them how to do it. I introduce them to the lads group or the mixed group, and I say, look, we all support each other. So if you need that, and just drop a message in, organize collabs between everybody, and it just snowballs like that.
Yeah.
And it's so lovely to see someone when they come to me. One, they're terribly nervous, whether it's a lad. Like we had lad Steve. He's one of my good friends now. Steve came to me, and first thing he did, he came in and he's like, mate, he was shaking. He came in and he was like, mate, I'm not going to have to fuck men, am I? I'm like, no, mate, chill out, relax. I said, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I was like, first of all, just relax. And then I went through the process with him, all the questions, and like I could tell he had the personality for it. He's good looking, big lad. He had everything he needed to be successful. And he took it on board. He was down at the studio every day, filming, getting other people down to film. Within 2 weeks, he was able to quit his trucking job, and he was earning decent money, and now he's living his life happy.
I've had a business idea for you.
Let's go.
You just mentioned trucker. Right, so everyone's seen like fake truck,
Yeah.
fake taxi.
Yeah.
Why not a fake ice cream van?
See, we spoke about this before.
And the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't mix sex and kid stuff. It's
'cause
just
that's
weird.
really weird.
It's weird.
Especially
You know what I
being
mean?
Catholic.
Now, I know I do. Listen, I've had me biological brothers in my videos. You know what I mean? And like, that's weird enough.
They didn't suck you off, did they?
No.
I do.
Obviously, we never touched each other, but like,
Yeah.
we jerked off beside each other.
Yeah, that's all right though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, probably done that as kids, no?
But you know what I mean? People don't look at it like that. And it's so funny because when people argue with me, like I get into arguments all the time on the internet because I love winding people up, especially the trolls. And they will argue and argue until they lose. And when they lose, they're like, yeah, incest this or incest that. You know, they always try to, or they'll slag me off how I look, or like they'll slag off stupid stuff. But like, they can't win.
You look lovely.
I think I look great.
Yeah.
I'm very confident. I'm very proud.
Was that one of your first toes? The one on your
It was
bicep?
actually here. It was mother going across here.
Yeah.
In pencil, like that type of thing.
Nice.
But yeah, this was done at a party. We brought a tattoo gun at a party and we just started drawing.
That was a party.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I'm finished with tattoos now. Absolutely.
Are you
finished.
actually?
Yeah. I'm
Because your
finished.
fingers look quite new. Your hands looks new.
No, they're just dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always say I'm done with toes, and then
No, I am done with tattoos. Like, I wish I didn't have tattoos.
I do as well.
Yeah. I've grown up.
But being black, you can't even get them lasered, can you?
Can you not? No. I didn't know that.
You can't, mate. Your skin goes white.
Oh,
Yeah, it bleaches the melanin out.
what's wrong with that? You got a problem with
Yeah,
skin?
absolutely, absolutely. Say same as you, mate.
Yeah.
And
No, so I have always grown up with this, I suppose, this tainted label of being the scruffy junkie kid, you know, from my area.
Yeah.
The one with the little scruffy nip bag. And as I got older, I've always tried to impress people.
You could have dressed up to impress me, to be honest. Scruffy
I thought this was on your
Come
voice.
in dressed like a smelly kid, for fuck's sake.
This is how I dress every day. Growing up, I always tried to impress everyone. I always tried to get that label gone. And it got to a point now in life, I just don't care anymore. I don't care what people think of me. I know me as a person. I know what I am, who I am, how I'm a good person in my eyes. I'll always be that person someone can call and have a chat with. I'll always be that person if someone's struggling for anything. I'll always help them, and I'll always be that person, no matter what. You know, I don't. You look on my social media. I never ever once ever. I don't badmouth anyone. I don't go onto my social media slag off other creators or anything like that. It's just not me. You know.
Is that a shot at me?
No. Do you do it?
No.
You slag off everyone.
I don't slag anyone off, really. I interact in
You love it.
Mate, I'll chop it up with anyone. If you want to be horrible, I'll be horrible back.
Yeah.
And if you want to be horrible with someone else, then I like to call myself, my wife don't like this term, but I call myself the defender of whores. Right? See, when people are being horrible to anyone in the adult industry, mate, like, it gets my fucking back up. My wife's in the industry. Like, people that I know are in the industry, and it's like you're literally picking on them because they make more money than you and you don't approve of what they fucking do. Like, it's a joke.
It's so mental. What I always say is, if you watch porn, you're a hypocrite. Don't judge people for doing something that you enjoy. Like, it's nuts. These people in the porn industry are just trying to better their life. Leave them alone.
Yeah. Let's bring it to that Rebecca Goodwin. She done an episode on the Reality Check podcast.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Right. Let's just quickly, we don't talk too much about it, but...
What's my opinion?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went on the podcast, yeah. I met those guys, and I know Rebecca really well. Rebecca's lovely, absolutely lovely. And those guys were really nice to me when I was there. Yeah, so like, I was a bit torn. When I seen her first, I was a little bit torn. Before I seen the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, when I seen Rebecca crying, I'm just like, Jesus, I was a bit like, what's going on here? And Rebecca's a really strong person, very strong person, you know. So I wasn't sure. I was, because I know the industry and I know we're all here for a bit of publicity and stuff. So I was thinking maybe this is some sort of a publicity stunt. Then I saw the podcast. Wow. I was shocked. Like, now I didn't go online and start bitching about anyone around like that, because it's not my place. Rebecca's she's a big and strong enough girl, and she has an army of women behind her. She doesn't need me to defend her.
And she's got, obviously, the defender.
And you were there as well. Yeah, I saw yours. They were assholes.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I was like...
Mate, do you know the thing that really pissed me off the most out of the whole interview was when she said, I took my kids on, we went camping.
That was cruel.
Oh, well, why didn't you take them to the Maldives? What, mate, what's it fuck has it got to do with you? There's nothing wrong with taking your kids on a camping trip. I think that's fucking lovely. So, they're going different places for 6 whole fucking weeks, exploring the country they live in. Like, I like going to different countries and exploring cultures. I don't just go to sunny
that's my
things.
passion.
But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with, mate, I never went on holiday as a kid. I never got on a fucking plane until I was 22 years old.
Yeah, me too.
Right? I never went camping as a kid.
Yeah, me either.
I went ice skating occasionally. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I totally understand where you're coming from. I totally do. So I dissected that podcast, yeah, and I said, because they were really nice to me. And I told them before I went there, I said, look, lads, I get it. I know what yous are about. I said, please go full ham on me. You know what I mean? And I said, we'll shake hands afterwards. No hard feelings. Yeah. It's pure business. I get it. They tried, and like with me,
I think they're pussies. I think it's genuinely because, like, when it came to Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips, they wanted to smash.
Yeah.
When it's you're a big burly geezer. They're scared that you're gonna stand up and kick off. Like, they're pussies. Rebecca, they knew they weren't gonna shag her. She was, no disrespect to Bonnie and Lily, but she's a lot more intelligent than those two. Like, when it comes to articulating herself and getting her fucking point across, and she's doing it in such a way that they had nothing to say. So they were arguing amongst themselves about something she said and not even being relative to what she's just said.
And I think they were confusing themselves. I did watch the podcast. I did watch it. And them, like, straight off the bat, they were like, here's the biggest whore or something like that. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, what is the point of that? Like, this could have been so much more productive if you were nice to her.
Yeah.
You could have benefited so much more from it if you were nice to her. Now, these lads were nice to me. Off camera, on camera, they were nice to me. They tried to give me a bit of stick, you know, and that's fair enough. I get it. Rebecca and me are very similar mental wise, like if I was put in that situation, I probably would have freaked out. You know what I mean? When something's firing at you and all this, like I seen
The
a
little
lot.
ginger one, he was all right until the end. Then he said something that pissed me off, and I can't remember where it was.
Oh, they were saying that the main things they said, right? They were talking about, first of all, because I dissected it, yeah?
Yeah.
The first thing they done was they insulted her, you know, which was pointless, yeah? Now, I don't know, they could have switched it around and they could have, like, let her, if they wanted to go down that route, look, you introduce yourself as that.
Yeah.
For a bit of attention. Yeah, you could have said, look, you introduce yourself as that. Or here's Rebecca, the self-pronounced, you know, like that type of thing.
But she looked uncomfortable from that.
And like, know your audience.
Yeah.
You're filming this. Stop the video.
Yeah.
Look, Rebecca, we're so sorry. I hope that wasn't too far. Oh, okay, no, okay, we'll continue, right? Then they said something about our bits. Like they were talking now. I don't know. Maybe this was decided before they were going to talk about this. Again, absolutely stupid.
Bleaching her fanny.
Some fucking rubbish. Like, I don't know. Don't know what the idea was, but again, it was pure attacking her. Then I think then it was the kids. Yeah. No, it wasn't the kids.
No, it was the employment and what she contributes to society.
Oh, now, mate.
But after she's just explained.
But it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Sorry.
Go on.
They asked me this question. What do you contribute to society that the NHS and all doesn't? Okay.
Porn.
No. Who the fuck cares? I don't care if I don't contribute to society.
Yeah, but you do.
But
this is the thing.
No,
but you do.
But what I mean is directly is what I'm saying. What directly? Am I saving lives? Am I an NHS? No, I'm not.
But
that's
how
not
many
my job.
people in the world do? And also, you did for a fucking 10 years. You were a plumber.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But when those lads. Okay, you tell me one thing that you three lads contribute to society that Rebecca doesn't. It'll be tumbleweed, right? Then Rebecca is a mum. Yeah, our kids go to school. She pays for all that. She do, and like forget about the houses and all this. She contributes to society where she lives a life. Yeah. She goes and buys food in Tesco. She buys food in Asda. She gets taxis. She pays all these things. Yeah. You know, the same as everyone. That's the same with the world. What we all do.
More than a lot of other people can afford to. But yeah, anyway.
But that's all around. But how I look at it is this, right? So okay. The argument was going back and forth, so you can see both sides. Like what she said about the baldy stuff and all that. No, that was a bit silly, but like that's just my opinion, her opinion, their opinion. It all doesn't matter. Yeah. The overall thing, I would have said if those lads called me and said, "Look, what do you think about this podcast? Were we bullying Rebecca?" Yeah, that's the question I see when I look at it, and I would have said, "Look, lads, look at it like this. How would you feel if that was one of your family members?" That's the answer.
Yeah.
If you would be uncomfortable that one of your family members went there and felt like that, then you're in the wrong. You were, and then like I don't know what to do.
It's okay having an opinion, and challenging someone's opinion,
Absolutely.
But you weren't. Like she was replying to your questions with full facts, and then you're dissecting that and trying to mug her off on the back of it. Like it's just crazy. Anyway.
All this shouting back and forth and all was absolutely the whole thing was a disaster.
And I know Andy don't talk bad about people, but I think you are a bunch of scumbags. So fucking good luck.
Live and let live.
Good luck.
You know, but honestly, the outcome was better for Rebecca. You know, like she came out as a stronger person. Now she's going to go to podcast with a bit more attitude to her, hopefully. And I see there's still drama going on between them. I spoke to her the other day. She said they're trying to sue her.
Yeah, unless she does a public apology.
Oh, Jesus.
Because she mentioned that one of them got arrested for rape or something. Like,
I don't know the situation. I don't get involved in all that stuff.
I don't care. Let's leave him alone now. Fuck him. Anyway, that's enough. That was about 5 minutes of my editing. So let's talk about collaborations. I want to know. I feel like I might know what your best is. I want to know your best ever collab and your worst. Now, I know what your worst is, but we're not going to talk about it on here, are we, Robert?
I don't know. So my worst ever video that I ever done was for English lads. I was 21 and I was broke. I had gotten to the stage where I jerked off so many times where like I would call Nick, "Look, Nick, I need money. Can we do a shoot?" And he said, "Well, you've done everything that we need to do. Can you do something else?" And then he said, "Will you use a toy, like a little butt plug thing?" And I was like, "Oh, I need the money. I'll do it." It was horrible. I hate it. And it wasn't about the butt plug. It wasn't about the act itself. It was about the whole situation. So I went there not wanting to do it. And this was one of the main reasons why I set up PSU. I went there not wanting to do it, just doing it because I needed the money. And Nick was obviously trying to get the best video he could, and I was just pure uncomfortable. And he was just like, go push it more. And I'm like, Nick, it hurts. And he said, just push it more. And I was tensed up. I was freaking out. And it was just horrible. It was just absolutely horrible. And that's not on him. He's a businessman, you know. But this is why I'm so pro OnlyFans, because now we have choice. We have power to film whatever we want. And I try to tell other people who come into the industry, look, go slowly. You know, do things at your own pace that you're comfortable with. Don't be drawn into the money. Just because someone's offering you £1,000 now to do something that you're not comfortable with, really think about it, because that £1,000 will be gone in a day, and then that whatever that is going to be out there forever. So that was my worst ever video that I sort of really regret. Probably the only one that I really regret. My best ever video that I enjoyed the most was with a couple, my real friends, called Ashton and his Mrs. Blue Ink.
Okay, yeah.
We done his first ever boy threesome, my first ever boy threesome as well. Okay. And they both took me off. Mate, it was hot. Yeah. The video turned out hot. So, they were my friends, and like it was like.
Is he bi?
He's bi, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He was well into it, and I could tell the audience were going to love it. We done it in a hotel before Snap Awards, and it was great fun. You know, had my mates in filming and watching. You know, it was brilliant. And we didn't film it like a porno. We filmed it like a documentary. We were like, right, we were talking to the camera, right, this is my friend Ash, this is Mrs. We're going to do this video for you guys, for your entertainment. I said, but look, stick with us. We're not sure how it's going to go, but we're just going to film it straight off the bat. Enjoy. And it was great.
Well.
Yeah, it was
Did
really
it sell
good.
well?
Yeah, really well.
Interesting. Can I ask you a question, which I have to ask, because I've got a list of questions that I have to ask everyone. Yeah. How much money do you make?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of money's good.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm comfortable, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I have enough money to support the people around me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. If you had, if you could work like with one person in the industry that you haven't worked with, anybody.
I don't know.
Do you have like a dream? Like, I'd just love to smash her guts in, or I'd love him to suck my cock.
No, it's not like that for me. I don't look at it like that. I don't look at someone and say, I want to make the most money. I want to shag that, but it's not like sex is just sex to me. It's not really. Filming is not the same as passionate sex at home. So there's nobody in the industry that I look at and say, I want to shag them just for that. Who's fun that I'd like to work with that I haven't? I don't know. We spoke off camera before. We were talking about Dredd and his big massive cock. Yeah. Like, I'd love to see that in person.
Yeah,
I'd like to see what that looks like. But
all in your face, isn't it?
Not that far. Yeah, I don't know. It threw me off now. I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I never thought about it.
Fair. Think about it. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Why not?
But that's what I do. Like, if I see someone who I think looks really good for a video, I'll message them and I'll be like, hey, you're interested in doing a video? This is what I have in mind. Yeah. And I'll either fly or travel to them, or they can come to my studio.
Do you know what I like? Hayley Davies.
Hayley Davis.
Yeah.
Hayley Davis.
She's out in America.
Blonde girl from Hollywood, I think. She's from, I know her face.
I like her.
She trolled one of my videos.
Shut up. She done you?
Yeah.
Fucking dick.
Nah. No harm done. No harm done.
Nah. Yeah. No harm done. Fucking dick. Hayley. Well, no, I think she's banging, personally. But that's just physical. Obviously.
You're just a dirty dog.
Mate, I appreciate women. I like her, and I like Yasmina Khan. I think those two are probably...
Yasmin is incredible.
Yeah.
When you meet her, she's a lovely person, like lovely, lovely girl. She's proper fun, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I like about people. I like people who are lovely, nice people.
It helps, doesn't it? It's like Tommy Slade, he's nice. Nice guy.
Badass. He's proper cool. Yeah. He's one of my really good friends. Tommy's cool. You know who's my hero in the industry?
Me.
You.
I know.
John Bishop.
From
Fake Taxi. You know John Bishop from Fake Taxi?
Oh, yeah. But first one that came to my head was the comedian.
No, John Bishop from Fake Taxi. He's this older guy. He is the nicest person ever. Like, he's just so lovely. Like, I met him first, and like, I was talking about doing the taxi stuff, and then we just clicked. Me and him clicked, and we become really good friends. He was at my book launch the other day, and he is the filthiest motherfucker you've ever come across. Like, filthy.
Rancid.
Like, but he won't do the stuff with me. Like, he won't come onto the lad side of stuff. He won't do it. Yeah. But he'll happily get pegged by a woman.
See, right now, to me, that's weird. Right, my wife has numerous times said to me, "Please let me peg you for a video. Please let me peg you for a video." Now, there's one thing I won't do, and it's that I will not take one up the arse.
Yeah,
I
but
won't. Like,
I understand that because I'm like that. I think I'm a bit traumatized from when I filmed when I was young. But like, I don't show my asshole on camera. I don't. I just don't. I don't like anal stuff. I don't do anal with men or women. I tried anal with a woman once. I filmed and put on my OnlyFans. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. There's not much more to it. And I spoke to some gay people about this, and a lot of gay people don't do anal. Like their limit is oral, and then like they play around with other stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the world of sex and sexuality is so broad. Like this is why we shouldn't have labels. There's so much stuff you can do and enjoy your life.
Pansexual though, I feel like that's a weird one for me.
I wouldn't say it's weird because people say that to me every day, and I get it from their point of view. People say to me, "You can't be straight." Well, I am straight. And for me to say to someone, you can't be pansexual, it didn't exist a few years ago. And they said, well, if you define the term pansexual, that is me. And I'm like, okay, well, fair enough.
But I think like what they have, like, it is a word now, so it can be a thing. Which means, I suppose, everyone is pansexual in a way. I'm pansexual. I just only happen to fucking find birds attractive.
But I think no, I'm totally off the head here. I'm not sure.
Does it mean you can find anyone attractive regardless of their?
No, I think it's you. You can. I don't know. I shouldn't really be talking because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I think
Andy,
it's something
what is
like
pansexual.
You're attracted to the person for who they are rather than what they look like, what their gender is.
Yeah.
I suppose that could be bisexual.
Sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender.
Well,
yeah. So I was right.
Yeah, you were right. So you know your shit. Well done, lad. Well done, lad.
But and that's fair enough. You know what I mean? I just think let people be. If someone tells you they're pansexual, asexual, bisexual, trisexual, I'm a trisexual. I'd try anything once.
Yeah. Except for taking one up the arse. Yeah. What is like? Have you like? So obviously you've got your own university. You've got your own studios, so you can pretty much do anything with anyone at any time. Have you got any fantasies in your private life or in your professional life that you haven't yet done that you'd like to do?
I don't know. I like dabbling in a bit of light BDSM in my personal life.
Okay.
A bit of dom stuff, a bit of like... and
do
I don't
you
mean
like to be dominated or...
No, me dominate.
Okay.
Well, I don't mean dominate because that's a powerful word. I don't mean to dominate. So for me, what I like to do is I like to go on a date. Now, this is just me. I could be, people might think I'm a bit crazy, yeah. But like me, I like to go on a date with a person, bring them back to my little red room, my little dungeon in my house. Well, not in my house, in my studio. And it's not intense. So I go back there and I like to role play. And the person gives me trust. I find this so attractive. You can blindfold the person or something and they put the trust in you to do stuff to them. And you play with them, tease them, edge them. And I just think it's incredible. I think it's such a turn on.
Yeah.
Bit of spanking. I don't know if you've ever tried spanking.
No one trusts me, unfortunately. No one will fucking trust me.
Well, if you try it, like I think for me, I know everybody's different. Everybody's
I've been game for it. I love anything.
But it's not about the hard bondage whips and all this. No. It's about the sensitive touch. You know?
I think that's why they don't trust me, because they don't think I'll be sensitive. They think I'll be there. I'll stick a fucking bat up their arsehole as soon as they're blindfolded. But I wouldn't do that because I'm a gentleman. What? Yeah. What about, I haven't seen this in any of your videos, but getting a blowjob from a fucking midget? Just
listen, I'll work with anyone.
I think that'd be a great video for sale.
It probably would.
A little gay midget.
But we spoke off camera as well about a lot of people who's like, I don't know a lot of people. People say to me, why don't you film with more black people? You know what I mean? I don't know anyone. Like,
there are no black people. Well, there are some black people. But
it's not enough.
There's not enough. There are a few men. There's more men than there are women. There's not many attractive men in the industry. This is an issue. And there's hardly any black women in the industry in this country. I know in America it's completely different.
Like I know a handful of men and women, but I barely know any who does the stuff that I do. Barely any. Like I know a couple. I have tried to, like, I filmed, like, Amadeus. He's one of the first people I met in the industry. He's a really cool guy. I filmed him a lot.
Who's that big hench black dude with a moustache? He's gay. I'm assuming he's gay. I can't remember his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll find him for you and I'll send him over to you. Yeah. But he's gay. And
I've been speaking to a few lads lately. I've been speaking to a few. Now there's not a lot, there's a couple, but like it's hard to get hold of people. Like there's such a small amount in the industry, whether it's men or women, and I don't want to film with someone just because of their colour of skin. You know what I mean? Just to please people.
Yeah. Maybe the thing is, if there's a gap in the market, and you said to me, oh, I can guarantee you within 6 months you'll be making 50 grand a month, Robert. I'll be like, Andy, send me the location. I'll be there.
Robert, there is a gap in the market, and I can guarantee you in 6 months you'll be earning a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot more money than you're earning now.
Yeah.
Come down to the studio. Come on.
Send me the location.
Yeah, you can do what you feel. And this is the good. This is the good thing.
Mate,
about
I feel
OnlyFans.
comfortable with anything. Listen, I'll be straight. And I'll be straight. I'll have no problem letting a geezer suck my cock. I'd have no problem getting hard. I don't give a fuck, personally. And it's nothing about that. Like,
That's
I
bisexual,
could
at
do
least.
that because I know myself, right? And it's not that I've done it. It's just that I know myself. Like, sexually, I don't give a fuck, mate. I was shagging a room full of 20 geezers. I have done and I would do, and I don't give a shit. But I'd have a problem with doing it on camera, knowing it's going somewhere that I'm not in control of. And that's the thing, that the hurdle that I would need to get over.
OnlyFans gives you that power that you have full control. But obviously, you don't want to do something because it'll go out there. And I see this issue, and the issue for you.
Yeah, but I've got no mum, I've got no dad, I've got no grandparents,
But you have people, and you're worried about what people think of you.
Do you know what? I am, but I'm not. Because listen, the fact of it is, if you're my friends, then you're my friends, and you're always going to be there. And if you're not, then it don't really matter.
You'd be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I lost lots, but they're not friends.
If they're
but
real
yeah,
friends,
yeah,
and they'll always be there no matter what. Do you know what I
course.
mean? Of course, like, it's different if, like, it was weird stuff. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I'd expect, like, if I had a real friend and, like, it came out that I was a fucking nonce, and of course, that's then still, like, you're probably more my friend for dropping me out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it'd be a shit person if you stuck around someone like that. But
Yeah.
I think if you just decided to fucking do porn with women or men, like, and someone was like, "Oh no, I can't be friends with you no more because, you know, I've
And
got
it
kids."
happens a
Like,
lot. It
what-
happens
so
a
what if
lot.
you've got kids? I'm not fucking.
I see girls going through it. You know, like I see people being horrible. Like people are not horrible to me because I just don't care. You know, and people are not offensive to me because they can't be. Like if I went on a podcast, every podcast I go on to, I tell, even like yourself, I tell everybody, like, go full ham on me. Like I have no problem. I'm here for it. If people try to go like slag me off at it, they can't. You know what I mean? Like I'm successful.
Yeah.
I'm good looking. I'm very confident in myself. I'm very secure in myself. I'm secure in my sexuality. Nobody can insult me, and
Does
for
it
me to care
cause you
about it.
problems in your, like, because you're straight, so like dating and that, meeting birds, is it a bit weird for them sometimes, knowing, like, thinking, because it is natural, if they don't know you, they're gonna think this geezer's gay. Like, he gets sucked off by geezers all the time. He shags, as far as they know, because if they're not watching shit, he shags guys all the time.
Yeah.
He's
So
probably-
you don't want to be around people like that anyway.
No,
That's how I look at it. The person you meet and the person you're going to date with and the person you're going to like is a person who's going to accept you for who you are, and you're going to tell them off the bat. Say, look, this is what I do. Yeah, and trust me, a lot of girls love the gay stuff.
Yeah.
They do. A lot of straight girls love the gay stuff. I'm not talking about all girls, but a lot of them. And if they don't, that's fine. People don't have to like everything, and like I wouldn't expect people to like everything, and I don't force anyone to like anything. I'll just be around people that I want to be around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to be single. I just want to live my life happy, just traveling and do my thing, work and travel and live my life happy, drama free, stress free.
Would you say at any point in your life, well, yeah, you have, because I feel like you've already admitted to that one, but like, so since that butt plug incident, would you say that you have compromised your integrity since then?
What do you mean?
Right, so like that was something you didn't want to do, you didn't feel
Yeah.
comfortable doing, but you've done it because you needed money. So like, therefore, you compromise your integrity.
So you mean the first time I got sucked off was I was uncomfortable with it?
Yeah, that and when you done the butt plug.
Yeah.
Right, so those two situations, like that was like, well, I'm taking it away from that because obviously like you learn from things like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's been other situations in your life where you have felt like that kind of awkward and lack of power?
No.
No, good.
No, like I go into everything open-minded, and every porn video I do, one, I'm in full control, and two, I'm very professional. Like, I swear, I'm very professional with everybody. This is why there's never been any allegations against me, and there never would be. And there's never people saying I'm violent, I'm abusive, or I chat them up, or none of this crap, because it's just not me. Anyone I work with, I'm extremely professional with them. I speak to first of all, we'll go through consent, what we can and can't do before the scene, what people are comfortable with, and then I'll talk through the scene. Right. So first of all, we're gonna kiss, we're gonna do doggy, whatever. Like, we're gonna do all these things. Is that okay with you? Okay. If anything's hurting you, let me know. If anything's this, let me know. And like, we go through it. It's been recorded. We can stop and start anytime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No pressure. And I said that to everyone, male and female.
Do you want a drink?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I said it to everyone, male and female. While we're filming, no pressure. Now, a lot of guys who come new, men specifically, they're nervous. And understandably, they're nervous. They come and we'll be doing a group scene with a lot of lads, and they'll panic. They won't get hard, or they won't come. And that's okay. I tell them, look, just relax. That's okay. We're going to film the video. We're going to continue, and we're going to post the video. And we're going to tell the audience, this is what happens when someone is straight. They are nervous. They become nervous. And people love it. And I say, look, just show them some support. They've come and they've tried to push the boundaries for your entertainment. And it always does really well.
I like it.
So when you come down to the studio, you can...
I might. I might do.
Yeah, do.
I'll speak to management and see what they got to say about the situation. How often do you have to get tested?
Every 28 days. So every 28 days
we
get...
London?
Yeah. So
they must make a fucking killing down there.
So Dean Street in London, the testing clinic Dean Street is free. It's a bit awkward to get in there sometimes, like the phone's always busy, but like if I can't get into Dean Street, I'll do Randox. And Randox is a bit expensive. I think I paid £260 for full blood and urine.
You get tested for MGen as well?
Yeah. I do full test, full everything. And I do that every 28 days. So normally what I do is it depends how busy I am in the month. If I'm really busy in the month, I'll do the 28 days, and then I'll do a home kit in between. Yeah. Just to keep checking. I've had vaccines to cover like HMPV.
Do you do PrEP or anything?
Yeah, I do PrEP. Yeah. Sorry. I do PrEP. I have the hepatitis B vaccination to make me immune to everything. For me, I'll take any vaccination that's going to keep me safe.
So all it takes is a tooth scratching your cock and someone having a split gum, and you could potentially...
No, it doesn't work like that.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't work like that. It's really difficult.
Mate,
and that's people's misconception. People think, because he's gay, he has AIDS. You know what I mean? That's how wild the world is. When in fact, if you look at stats,
I think in these days more straight people have got AIDS than
heterosexual. Yeah, it is. And not only that, people take PrEP these days. People take precautions to cover all, especially in the adult industry. People have this preconception that adult performers are dirty, when in fact they're the cleanest people out there. People, the general public, don't get tested regularly. Yeah. Well, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I mean, like, generally, they're not taking PrEP. They're not taking precautions. Some woman last night said, commented on me, you said you're dirty. You do bareback, you don't use condoms. And I'm just like, when was the last time you were checked? Yeah. You know, I mean, you're calling us dirty, but when was the last time you were checked? Now, I was checked 6 days ago, and I'm fine. You know, I haven't had any sexual partner since. People are ignorant. Even when it comes to like videos online, they pick up.
Let's talk about this, because I've read some people. I made a video the other day where I mentioned you, and I had a girl called Violet Vixen who said this.
She used to go out with my friend.
Did she?
Yeah, my mate Steve. That ended on bad terms between them two. Yeah. I met her once. She's all right.
She said, I genuinely feel like half the men who are doing it are actually gay/bisexual, which is absolutely fine, by the way. I just don't understand why half of them are not honest about it with themselves. Nobody can change my mind, neither. I said, someone else said, agreed. I said, I appreciate your honesty and opinion. Andy is actually coming on the show next week. If you DM me your number, we can have a call while shooting and add you into the mix. She said, sounds fun, but she never sent her fucking number.
Okay. So, I feel like, that's what she said, I feel like. Yeah. Okay, so she's judging other people. It's okay if you want to say you feel like people are actually gay or actually bisexual. That's okay. That's your opinion, and you're totally entitled to your opinion, and that's fine. Yeah, but don't demand people to be something they're not.
Yeah, not just that. Like again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has one, but you don't need to put it on my post on social media when I'm an advocate for people in the adult industry. Like, I want people to do well. I want positive vibes. I mean, you're going to be negative, and that's fine. But like,
Listen, these people just want attention.
Chat some shit about me. Don't chat shit about people that I'm talking about, because it kind of in turn makes it feel like I'm inciting that. Do you know what I mean?
No, but these people just want attention. That's why they're like, why else would you comment? Like, mate, I get thousands, not even hundreds, thousands of comments on my posts. And like, my posts are cringy and they are designed for people to comment on them. I get people who make fake pages up and comment gay. Like, oh, you actually thought about this and still posted it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did. And people are like, oh, the IQ of a 9. You know what I mean? Like, shit like this. Wherever the comments are, like, what I post is actually intelligent. Yes, they are cringy, silly videos.
No, but it's smart what you do.
But I do it for a reason. There's always method behind the madness. I'm not just posting them just because I want to.
Your bank balance and your views speak for itself.
That's it. And I don't hate anyone.
And can I ask you this? Like, generally speaking, if we were to generalise now,
yeah,
what would you say the income of the average person who sits down, makes fake Instagram accounts, makes a whole email address, sits there and makes a fake account just so they can call you gay anonymously? What would you say, like, their income is completely low? Like, you're not busy enough to be at fucking work or earning money. You're sitting there on a computer.
They're not working. They're at home, sitting there bored, and they just... People portray their own negativity onto others. Like, if your life is good and you're a happy person, why would you be negative? Like, mate, I am not negative to no one. Like, don't get me wrong, I take the piss in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, your mum this, your mum that. I don't mean it in any real, like, negative way. If someone messages me and said, look, you were too far, I apologise. So I play the game on social media with comments. Well, people, like, it's so bizarre that people go out of their way to comment, like, be a troll. Like, what goes through your head? Like, I understand if it's a bit of fun. Like, if it's a bit of fun yourself and, like, that's your thing, you want to go on and troll people, I get it. But the amount of it is unreal. Like, this is gay. Okay.
Of course it's gay.
Like, but it's not gay. Yes, we're just a group of fellas walking past the camera. So what?
Yeah.
Like, what's gay about it?
How does it affect that person that's saying it's gay? Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Like,
they feel like they have to one up. You know what I mean? They feel powerful.
By
like,
saying it's gay?
Yeah. Oh, that's gay. I spoke about him. You know what I mean? Oh, but a lot of people.
Can you fight?
No, I don't fight.
No, but can you? I'm not asking you if you do fight. I know you don't fight. You're a lover, not a hater.
36 now. Like, I've grown up, yes, but like, not now. Man, look, my hands are destroyed from fighting.
I noticed. That's why I asked.
No, this is. I don't advocate fighting. I don't try to fight. I don't fight with anyone. I live a happy, positive life. I wake up every day and I'm grateful to be here, happy and healthy. And when I can talk my way out of an argument, because it's just, I know how bad things can go when I fight. You can fight with anyone and they can come back and stab you. Forget how good someone is at fighting, doesn't matter. Yeah, you could fight with the skinniest person, or you just don't know what that person's going through, and they could be psychotic, come back, stab you, burn your house down, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fighting is not worth it. Please
the reason I
don't
asked
fight.
Was because I was just curious if you ever have these trolls that you have on the internet, which are in the hundreds of thousands by now. Do you ever get approached?
Never.
Ever by anyone?
Never, ever. No one has ever said a negative thing to my face about my work. Never.
Probably see you. I mean, I was just 6'2" and hence was fuck.
Yeah,
but it's probably not worth it.
But mate, I'm happy to have a conversation with anybody. I feel like I'm experienced and intelligent enough to have a decent conversation with anybody about sexuality, about adult work, about pretty much anything I'm involved in. And I think to myself, I'm a nice person. I'm a decent person. I can treat someone with respect to have that conversation with someone.
Yeah. One thing I do want to talk about, one thing I do want to talk about is drugs in the industry. Like, because obviously I know that a lot of people do love a bit of cocaine or a bit of Mandy, because obviously it helps loosen everything up.
Yeah.
What's your views on the drugs in the industry?
So my views on drugs in general, forget the industry, I despise them. Yeah. Every single drug, I absolutely despise them. Hate all drugs. I have took drugs in the past. Yeah. Like, growing up, going through a tough teenage years, I took drugs. My best friend died from taking drugs when he was 21. My life was ruined by drugs, from my mom's ex-partners being junkies and heroin addicts and stuff like this. I despise drugs. I hate everything about them. Like, they ruin people's lives. I watch good people turn to shit from drugs. And that's all types of drugs. People say, oh, it's just a bit of weed. It's never just a bit of weed.
I agree, mate. I think weed is... The thing is, I've never really, really deeped it. And, like, when I say very occasionally I have smoked weed, like, now it would be like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And it'll be like half a spliff. But I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I do magic mushrooms, completely different. In my opinion, we can talk about that if you want to, but I just think that's completely fucking different. But weed is so dangerous. It's so... You get stoned one day, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay if you smoke it like one day. But when you smoke it repeatedly, like it affects your brain so much.
Of course.
And because it doesn't affect anything on the first couple of times, you don't realise it. But when you smoke it for a prolonged period over years and you're smoking it every day, mate, like you have so much
People become
shit going
so
on.
paranoid.
Mate, you have
so
schizophrenia.
lazy.
It's not even paranoia, it's schizophrenia.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of the largest links in anything on this earth to schizophrenia is the use of cannabis.
It's sad. And
Like,
the fact that people are making it illegal is nuts. But look,
Cocaine, on the other hand, that's just a good time.
I don't like any drugs. Like I don't like any drugs. I don't when I go out with my friends, I say to them specifically, you can ask any of my friends, when we're going out, don't do drugs around me.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Well, let's have a great night out. Yeah. Don't do drugs around me. My studio specifically, I when I first opened the studio, I let people smoke cannabis outside, weed.
Yeah.
I let them smoke because if they were coming in, they're weed smokers, I wouldn't put them in an uncomfortable position. So I used to just say, right, go outside, do your thing outside, don't bring it in the studio. One day I had this guy turn up. We had a group chat and we were supposed to film, and everybody pulled out, but he didn't reply. He said, look, can I get there early and film with you? And I said, mate, look, I'm going to have a lot of stuff on that day. I don't know. So, and that was the last of it. I didn't hear anything from him. This was like 3 days before. So on the day of we were supposed to shoot, we had changed plans. Me, my mate Dean, and another lad. We decided we were going to have a podcast with this lad. And I had been working in the studio all that day. I built a new set, and I was scruffy. I like to be clean when I film anyone, fully clean. So this lad turned up. He just walked into the studio at 4 p.m. Now, normally I book every time I film is normally around 11 o'clock. 4 p.m. he strolls into the studio. I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here to film. And he was high, like proper, like bit dozy and dopey and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just said, mate, look, I said, I'm happy to film with you. And then I copped on that he was high, and I said to him, I was like, mate, we can't film. And he got really arsey with me, like proper, and he stormed out. Then on Twitter, he's hammering me that evening, like proper hammering me. Now, I don't get involved in all that stuff. I didn't even reply to him, like I didn't, but he was slagging me off, like, don't work with these straight guys, they're just using us gays. I'm not using anyone, what the fuck are you on about? But then after that, then I was just like, look, no drugs in my studio. If you're gonna smoke weed, do it before you come. Yeah, I don't want anything near my studio. And now I crack down on it.
Yeah.
No drinking drugs. Because also people are not understanding, if someone is taking drink or drugs, they can't consent legally in the video.
Yeah, true.
You know, and I had to stop it. Some guy turned up to my studio, a Filipino guy. It was really nice. He travelled really far from Manchester. He was very nervous. He came down and he came to the studio. Everything was great. We had a meeting with him and I could tell he was shitting. Like he was proper nervous. So he said, I'm going to show off to Tesco. There's a Tesco across the road. He came back and he brought back 2 bottles of wine and he drank half one. And I just said, man, what the fuck did you do that for? And he said, I'm just calm my nerves down. And I said, we can't film now. I said, you're under the influence of alcohol. I said, like, I'm not filming with you. And then that was that. We done some social media that day just to give him something for coming down. But like, it literally ruined it. But I understand from some people's point of view, they're so nervous. They want to do whatever it takes. But it's a big no-no for me.
Yeah. Good. What about steroids? Because I've seen what you used to look like.
Yeah, so I have took steroids in my life. I won't deny it. I'll always be honest to everybody. I have took steroids in my life. Do I take them now?
Don't look like it, do you?
No.
What's with the rug?
I'm a daddy now. Oh, yeah.
Fucking oh boy.
People love when I grow my hair.
Oh, that's all right. That's
Yeah.
nah.
When I shave my body, people complain.
How
People
long does
love being a big hairy
Does it stop
man.
growing, or does it just keep
I
on
think,
going?
I think it stopped growing now. I've been growing for about 6 months.
Fucking oh boy.
Yeah, so for me, people like it when I'm just relaxed. They don't like a big.
Do you let your fanny hair grow as
Yeah.
well? Well, like naturally, like
Yeah.
bush. Fucking, or no trims or nothing.
No, I give it a clean up every now and again, but not much.
I let mine grow the whole time. I was like, so about 3 years. I just let it grow.
Yeah, dreads coming down the
My
side.
wife moaned about.
Yeah.
Genuinely, mate, I'd get like a knot there, and I'd be like, "What the fuck's that?" I'd have to comb it out and that.
See, you know what's funny? Women complain about hair, but men love hair.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. I'm not saying people that shave whatever the fuck they said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This goes back to people liking. I think people like a bit of everything. You can't generalize anything.
No,
you can't
but
say
it's all about
all men like
preference.
hair or all men dislike hair.
Don't
Like,
get me wrong, I don't like a wild fucking bush. I don't. Do you know what I mean?
it just depends on the mood.
I
I'm in.
like hair. I like a tidy, hairy fanny. It's beautiful. Do you know what I love? Do you know when it gets wet and you just feel the moisture through the pubes? It's fucking gorgeous.
That's nasty.
It's fucking gorgeous.
nasty.
And you can see it glistening in the light.
Oh,
God, fantastic.
it's so. I love talking about sexual. I love talking about sexual experiences to everybody and what the kinks. I love talking about kinks, what people are into, and I love finding out the different crazy stuff that people are into. I love it. We're all wired so madly different.
Yeah.
Like me, I despise feet. I hate them. I think they're disgusting. But
I got
people
nice feet.
love them. People love feet.
Do you want to see my foot? Do you
No.
want to give me a stroke?
So and like it's just me. Me personally.
Mate, women like feet. Have you noticed how many women have got foot fetishes? And they're like, some of them, ask any woman you meet,
Really, they like feet.
like 90% of them like feet. And they'll say, oh no, they'll be like, oh well, I like my feet being played with. And that's like, why? And it just feels nice.
I think it's a sensitive area. I think that's why maybe.
Hey, my wife has got a foot fetish, but she won't admit that she's got a foot fetish. But if you play with her feet, it turns her on. And I'm like, that's a foot fetish. You might not look at someone's foot and get turned on, but if your feet is a pink spot for you, then it's kind of a fetish.
You know what I like?
She wants me to shag her and play with her toes.
I like sweat. Do you ever see when you're with a person and the both these are getting really into it? And I'm not into BO, like not stinky BO, like sweaty passion.
Wait, when you go to the gym with a bird and mate, I want to shag you.
It's the pheromones,
It's
the hormones. Yeah.
It's the sweat. The pheromones come off. Man, it's sexy. I've got so many fucking.
You're just a filth bag, you. Come down to PSU, will you? Jesus.
I might be down there. Send me the fucking location. I'm going. I'm bringing my own camera crew though. Yeah, fucking hell. What have your like lifelong goals? Like from here on out? I know I've seen you've got a TV show on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, called Only Andy.
It's called
that was sort
Only
of
Andy.
a bit of a documentary about my life. So my
You're
life.
gonna be famous, aren't you? Would you say you're famous?
Nah, a bit more infamous. You know, like some people know me, but they won't admit how they know me. Like people look at me on the street and they give me the eye. You know,
They're
like,
wild for that, like.
yeah.
Come on.
I like to think that I bring a positive light to the world. I like to think that me being on this earth is a positive thing rather than a negative thing. I like to think that I help people enough in this world for me to be happy. My goals in life are just to be like stress free, live a comfortable life, happy. And I'm ultimately I just want to be healthy because you can have 99 problems, but if you have one health problem, it's your only problem.
Yeah.
So I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy and healthy. You know what I mean? I've started to travel for the past few since lockdown. I started to travel like every month to travel all over the world.
What's the top 5 places you visited in the world?
Sri Lanka. Absolutely loved Sri Lanka. What a beautiful place. People are incredible. Like love the place. China. I've been to China lately. Loved it. Food is incredible. People are lovely. Dubai. Absolutely love the people out there. Love the place. Love the food. It's so clean and gorgeous. No drink, no alcohol, no drugs. You know, no violence. It's an amazing place. Australia is so wild. It's that's probably my favorite place on earth. Haven't been there in a long time, but when I lived there, I loved it.
Yeah.
The UK. I love the UK. I love the UK because I feel like when they say like. You can do anything. You can do anything. Anybody can live in the UK. I love how multicultural it is. How you can walk down the street and meet every nationality. Now, will they get along?
So
Probably not.
do you have a problem with immigration while we're on the subject?
No, I don't have a problem.
What's your
I'm an
views on
immigrant.
it? I know you are. You
So
fucking
I'm an immigrant.
fuck off back to your own country.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
What is the problem with like? I posted a video which was a bit of a rant because there was a black geezer at a Tommy Robinson rally, and he was literally saying to a reporter, when the boats are coming, the military needs to stop them, shoot the boats down, let everyone who's on the boats fucking die in the water. They don't deserve to hit our shores.
wow.
And this is a black guy, and I'm like, bro, like your family.
Forget that he's black. Forget that he's black. He's
No,
a
but the
person
fact
saying
that
that, not another person.
His ancestors arrived there on a fucking boat as well.
Mate, all our ancestors are all from everywhere in the world.
Okay.
You know, I got my DNA, I done my ancestry DNA. Now, I don't know how accurate it is. Mine came up saying I was like 52% English, you know? Like I was...
That's why you're so tan.
Yeah, I was part Irish, like I don't know, 27% Irish or whatever it was, Scottish and like Welsh, like that type of thing. Then I was like 5% Azekstanian Jewish, like something like that.
Ashkenazi.
Oh, Ashkenazi, that's the one. 5% of that.
I knew I liked him.
It said
That's a
I was
European
like,
Jew, for those that don't know.
I was like Polish and stuff like that. So I think my family like mix from around the world. I personally, me personally, as a person, my opinion, not that it matters, please don't attack me. I can't understand people who call a person illegal. Like, how can a person be illegal for like, I understand it's very warped because the system can be abused, like they can. Like,
it's a system that have made it that way. It
has.
Like, in my opinion, this is the fucking earth, and each human should be able to. You shouldn't need a passport,
of course,
to go somewhere for permission to be granted. If you want to go somewhere, then fucking go somewhere because the weather's better, because you can earn more money, because it's safer. Then fucking go. It shouldn't be a question of, have you got a passport? Can you afford to go?
Well,
Get on your fucking raft and go.
Now, I do understand the legal side of things. Like, they do need to be checking people's background to make sure they're not like criminals and stuff like that.
Why is it called an immigrant when people come to England, but it's called an expat when British people go elsewhere?
I don't know.
It's bullshit.
I don't even know what expat means. Expatriate, is it? Yeah. I don't know.
An expatriate of Britain, the Great Britain.
I'm proud of being an immigrant, me, because
it don't really count though.
I'm not an illegal immigrant. Don't get me wrong. I abide by the rules everywhere I go in the world. But I've
That's
travelled.
not what an illegal immigrant means. An illegal immigrant is just fucking someone who came there
illegally.
Or
they travelled on a boat, or they didn't come in on paperwork.
Enough, yeah.
And look, we don't know everybody's circumstances. Like, everybody does things for a certain reason. I don't know, and I don't like to talk about things that I don't know about. Like, I wouldn't ever judge anybody because I don't know what they're going through. Back when I was 15 and homeless, if someone said to me, "Look, I can get you a place. You're gonna have to go on a boat and go to a different country. I'll start a new life," I would have been gone. Like, I wouldn't have thought about it. So I don't judge others. I don't judge others for that because, like, it wouldn't be right of me. I've traveled all over the world and I've seen different cultures. I've seen the way people live, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen poor of poor, and it's so mad. Like, I've been to Old Delhi in India.
Yeah.
And like, it was poor. There was a lot of places that were really poor, and the people were some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, same. When I went to Philippines.
Oh wow, that's on my bucket list. I want to go to the Philippines.
It's one of the most beautiful places once you get out of Manila. But I tell you what, it's the biggest culture shock because you fly into Manila, and that's where the poverty is. It's in the capital city. Now, you don't get it everywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's in the capital city, and that's where the real fucking poverty is. And all you see is families that are skinny with no, like, raggedy clothes, no shoes.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Houses built on top of houses and built on top of houses which are pretty much made of fucking cardboard. Like, it's not like that everywhere in the city, but in the, like, whenever you're trying to get out of the city, you can't help but drive past it. Like, just cables hanging in the road and fucking, it's wild.
It's mad. We have so much resources in the world that we could help every single person on the planet live a happy life.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't. Like, you know what drives me nuts? I know we're going off topic, but like, it drives me nuts. How pharmaceutical companies charge people for drugs to help save lives.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I know it's business. I do know it's business. I know things cost.
But it's bullshit. Like,
but we should
business.
step in. We like this. There shouldn't be waiting lists for.
Listen, most cancers can be cured. Most cancers
regardless
can be
of that,
cured. But
I'm talking about everything.
People can't afford it, so it's not offered.
People shouldn't have to die needlessly. Like, when people talk to me about wars and all this, like, who do you support? Like, I don't support any war. I really don't. When innocent people die anywhere, I do not support that. Like, people who wake up and get hurt for no reason, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we not just all just like agree to disagree? You know, if you don't like something, okay, don't like it, crack on. People get so wound up. Like, I watch these stupid videos on Twitter about religion and all. People get so wound up about other people's. So what? Let them have their religion. Let them. If you don't agree with someone's religion, so what?
Yeah.
You know, just don't agree with it yourself. Live your life. Like, I'm not personally religious.
I don't like religions. Like, in general, it's not like I don't like your religion or I don't like your religion, or like, I feel like it's dated, it's outdated, and it's It's,
But I think for the people,
it's nice for people to have something to believe in.
yeah, I think it's really important for people to have hope.
But believe in Robert, believe in Andy, believe in people, believe in
But
your
people
family.
are different. People are different. Like I've been to countries that have all different religions. Like I've been to India, who have Hindus and Muslim.
I'll
And
tell you the best one, Mauritius.
what's Mauritius?
Right.
They speak French, don't they?
They speak French. They are Indian to look at.
Yeah.
They speak French. They seem to have like a Caribbeanish culture. But there's every single religion all living in harmony. Like there's no trouble in Mauritius.
Yeah.
Every fucking religion coincides, not just live side by side. Like they are together.
Yeah.
They're in communities. Like it's like a massive community. It doesn't matter what your religion is. Like we'll eat in your house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
Like,
that. I absolutely love that.
They are Mauritian.
Yeah,
That's the importance of
That's
it. Like,
lovely.
we are Mauritian. It don't matter if I'm fucking Muslim and you're Jewish.
Yeah.
So what? We're Mauritian and
Yeah.
we're together. Like we're family. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I've been to Dubai. Oh, sorry, not Dubai. I've been to Amsterdam, and I went to the synagogues, and I went to the Anne Frank museums. I went to all that, and I've never ever in my whole life met a bad Jewish person. Every Jewish, I was in New York, and I met loads of
There's loads of Jews in New York, isn't
what
there?
are they called?
The Orthodox.
Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, loads of them.
So much fun. So like, I'm not talking about everyone. I'm just talking about the ones I met, because I know there's good and bad in everything.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's not the Jews that are bad. It's the fucking Zionists. Like, and this is.
I don't know.
We're
I
not
don't-
going to get into the politics of it, but like
don't know
the
anything
thing
about
is,
any
there's
of this
such an association because it's Israel and it's a Jewish country that it's Jewish people that are causing these problems, and it's not. It's Zionism. It's the ideologies that are fucking twisted.
I think it's the people. I think people themselves. There's good and bad in everything, and I think you have there's a lot of bad eggs in everything, and I think there's. All it takes is one bad person to build a following and get support, and it goes on both sides or three sides or whatever it is. And I try not to look at it like that. I try not to look at. I try not to judge people on their religion. I try not to judge people on where they come from or anything like that. And I see this stuff, and I wish it would stop. I don't know enough, and it's not for me to know what's going on over there.
Mate, I don't know everything, but one thing I do know is the war should stop.
It should.
It should
All
stop.
wars should stop.
All wars should stop.
Yeah.
The main wars that are going on in the world should stop, and all the little ones should stop. It's fucking bullshit.
It's
also,
crazy.
all the fucking slavery that's still going on in the world, that should stop as well. But it's never going to stop, is it?
No.
It's not going to stop because no one gives a fuck.
It's so mad. It's so mad how someone can hurt someone.
We only speak about a narrative we can control. Like, as a media, not me personally, but like the media only speaks about a narrative they can control. No one's speaking about what's happening in Congo.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening
Period.
in Congo. Yeah.
Mate,
There's so much stuff happening all over the world,
Yeah.
and it's pretty sad the world we live in, that we can't live in harmony. And like, can you imagine if we all helped each other out all over the whole world? How
fucking
nice
lovely,
the
wouldn't
world
it?
would be. The world.
But that's the problem. The elites need to be elite for themselves. Like, why are they going to share what they've got so everyone else is just as elite as they are? They don't want that because they wouldn't be special. They love having one up. Could you imagine if the Rothschilds were like, "Do you know what, fuck this family shit. Let's just spread our wealth between the lowest earning 20% people in the world. Let's just give it to them." That would solve world hunger because it's only 20% of the world that's in like severe poverty.
Yeah. As I said, there's enough resources in the world for everyone to live. And the fact that people have to die hungry is bizarre. The fact that people have to die ill needlessly is bizarre. That, to me anyways, I look at everyone, we're all on this planet that I know of, we won't talk about religion, that I know of for a set amount of time. I don't know if there's life after, I don't know if there's life before. All I know is I'm here for a set amount of time. And while I'm here, I'm not going to cause anyone else any needless pain. And I'll always try and help people while I can and live a happy life for that time. And I wish everyone else would do the same.
Yeah.
There we go. We got deep into that, didn't we? Jesus Christ. Let's talk about porn again.
Let's talk about porn.
Drag queens. We haven't talked about. I love drag queens.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them.
I love
They're
them.
my favourite people in the LGBT entertainment community.
Short story, I used to own a fucking gay club.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I used to own a gay club in Salisbury. It was the only gay club that's ever been in Salisbury, and I owned it. Shout out Truth.
Woo, shout out Truth.
I had a manager who was a gay guy. His name was Tom. Tom nicked the drugs out of the... we had like a confiscation pot. He nicked the drugs out of there and then nicked some money and then fucked off, and I've not seen or heard from him since, so fuck you, Tom. But then I got a replacement manager who was a drag queen. Grant.
I had an interview with 2 drag queens yesterday. It was so much fun.
It's lovely.
Mate, I love people who are just happy, fun people, and I find I see a lot of negativity on the internet judging drag queens. You know what I mean? No.
So a lot of niggas on the internet.
Judging drag queens, and drag queens are just people who are just dressed up to entertain.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all like, "Oh, keep them away from the kids." Drag queens are not interested in your kids. You know what I mean? Like, get a grip.
But like, so there was that clip on the internet of a drag queen at a primary school doing like dressed up very seductively, dancing.
Now that's understandable. Like they shouldn't be doing that.
That shouldn't be happening.
But that's that
but
person.
that's not a drag queen thing. That is to me, period. An adult should not be in a primary school dancing provocatively in front of children. It doesn't matter if it's a drag queen, if it's a female or a male. It shouldn't be fucking happening, period. So yeah, that's that. But I think drag queens are fucking soul and life of the party. Grant was brilliant. He used to work, I can't remember his fucking drag queen name right now. Sorry. But like, he was there all the time from open till close, and I'd have customers come in and be like, "Oh, I don't like all the gays." I've got a video and I'll send it somewhere if I can find it. He was like, "I don't like all the gays." And then an hour later, he was on a chair getting a lap dance from my drag queen.
Of course.
It's fucking wonderful, mate.
It's so funny. I love seeing people when they're so negative about something, they come in and they're like, I don't like this, I don't like this. And then an hour later, they top off dancing with them. And Pride, for me, Pride events as well, like how much fun. Have you ever been to a Pride?
Yes.
They're so much fun. The people are out. Now, obviously, again, there is some bad and good in everything, and that comes everywhere. But the people are out. And they're just out to have a great day. They're just out to enjoy themselves all year round. They have built up tension in life. And then we have this day for the people who get to just be themselves. You know what I mean? They go out and they're proud of who they are. They go out and they dance around and have a lot of fun. I've been to so many Prides. And people have been so lovely to me at Prides. So it's so respectful.
Mate, I like a Pride.
I do. I love a Pride.
You're not a real gay, you shouldn't be here.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Normally,
you're not one of us.
Yeah, but again, that's not speaking for all the people in the LGBT.
No.
It's that's just that person, you know. And like some people are negative. That's why I said it's good and bad and everything.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
because that's what I'm here to do.
Ask.
Would you consider yourself a culture vulture?
What's a culture vulture?
So a culture vulture is someone who is not affiliated directly to a culture. So like, for instance, if a white guy all of a sudden listens to reggae and grows dreadlocks and blah, 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 he's a culture vulture.
Yeah.
Would you say that you could be considered a culture vulture of the gay community?
No, being gay is not a culture.
I think it could be.
No, it's not. Being gay, this is what I try to say to people. Being gay is a lot more than just fucking rainbow flags and makeup and all that stuff that's associated with being gay. But it's a lot more than a person is gay because that's who they are. They're born like that, and it's because they're in love or they're physically attracted, and their partner or they're going to fall in love with the same sex. And that is all. Like that's what gay is.
Yeah.
The other stuff that comes with it is just part of being gay. It's not the most important part. The most important part is that. Do I try and fit in and act like and be part of it? No, I don't. I make entertainment for that audience who enjoy my content, and it's as simple as that.
No, that's cool. Just wanted to.
Yeah,
like I said, all questions, anything that pops into my head.
Ask me anything, yeah.
Have you ever done content with a drag queen?
No, I'd love to. If there's any drag queens out there that want to do content, I'd absolutely love to. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever have. I don't think so. I have lots of drag queen friends on Instagram. I just love the entertainment side. I always say to them, I think I was a drag queen in a previous life.
Would you be a drag queen in this life?
I'd have a go. Definitely, absolutely. If anyone wants to dress me up,
should we go to Pride this year? Well, you can go and drag.
I think I'm a bit insulting. I'm a bit like hairy and big and
but that to me. That's the drag I like.
The ones who are extravagant, yeah.
You're real men.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're a real manly man and you have a beard and you have muscles and you just happen to have a dress and a wig on with good makeup and your eyebrows.
One of my mates, Gav, he's a really good friend of mine. Lovely guy, Ginger Gav, we call him. Shout out to Ginger Gav out there. He dressed up as drag and he showed me, I'm like, I would.
Lucky boy, Ginger Gav. You might get 10 inches of fucking Irish hell.
Oh, mate, I just loved him. I just love how I just love the happy and fun side. Like that's me all over. I love the happy and fun side of it.
What about trans? Do you work with many trans?
I've only ever worked with one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I just haven't. That opportunity hasn't come up where like I have a video where I want to work with a trans.
I'm gonna make that happen for you.
Hit me up.
Absolutely, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, like I'd work with anyone.
Our first video together could be with a trans.
There you go. I'm
look at
game.
this. We're on it.
So there's a gay porn star called Gabriel Cross. Absolutely.
How does he spell
lovely.
Gabriel?
Gabriel.
He didn't like go for it and use it as Gaybr.
Oh no.
He missed the trick.
I don't think he looks too deep into it, but he's
trick.
really cool. Like I've worked with him hundreds of times. Really good guy. He said to me that he was interested, and he didn't say it to me personally. He said it on Twitter. He tagged me in a thing that he was interested in working with a female to male trans with me.
Yeah.
So was a female, now male.
yeah.
So looks like a guy, but still has a pussy.
Okay.
And he wanted to do it. And don't get me wrong, he got lots of positive things. I was like, I'm well up for I'll do it. Of course I will.
Would you have sex with that person?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I was just curious because obviously you wouldn't shag a guy.
No, it's not about the. It's not about
Can
the
we
guy
take that
itself.
out of that question because that could be a bit awkward for it.
No.
No. Okay, cool. I just didn't want it to be a bit.
No. So it's not about the shagging a guy. It's not about. I don't like anal.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's just
Fair
I just
enough.
don't like it. Like there will be a time. It will happen. Like I know it'll happen.
It's coming.
I'll be coming deep inside you.
Deep inside your boy.
No, it will happen. It definitely will. It's just not the right time for me right now. But it will.
Can I tell you a joke while we're on the subject of fucking
Yeah.
people of the opposite sex? How'd you get a nun pregnant?
A what?
A nun.
I don't know.
Dress her up as an altar boy.
Wow, that's heavy.
Sorry, mate. I had to do it.
That's heavy. Jesus Christ. I love dark humor, but that's heavy.
Cool.
No, I've lost train of thought now.
So it's just. I had to give it to the Irish fella.
But yeah, so Gabriel said let's film with this trans man. And good looking guy, like good looking trans man. Like Gabriel wanted to work, and I was like, yeah, I'm game. You got so much hate off the gays.
Yeah.
So much. They're like, oh, you're bisexual. Like it comes back to this fucking stupid labeling shit. And it's so sad because like, I think it would have been a good video. Like I would have loved to do it. So
So why didn't you do it?
no, they just didn't speak about it to me anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, like I didn't reach out to them, but I didn't speak. We never spoke about it anymore. I saw the comments under the tweet. There was lots of nice comments.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What benefits you more, positivity or negativity?
So,
Like not you personally, for your mental state.
for work.
For work.
So on social media, negativity benefits me more because negativity gets shared more than positivity.
So would you
really
like to thank
fast.
all your haters?
Yeah, of course I want to thank all my haters. I done a video when I was standing on a mountain. I think it was in India. I was standing on this lovely mountain looking out at this beautiful view, tigers and all
Did
that.
someone say that's gay?
No, my boss sacked me out of work, and I literally begged this guy not to sack me. That's how I'm ashamed to say it now. Like I'm absolutely ashamed to say it, but I begged this guy not to sack me.
Yeah.
And
From the plumbing.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was doing gay porn. And like,
But what's that got to do with being a plumber? Like,
I was a
mean,
gas manager for the council. He was just homophobic. He didn't like it. He called me disgusting. I literally I
should say
even
that
hate
you should
saying
send
it.
him a
Like I
Christmas
rang him
card
up and I
every
was like, "Look, Stuart, please." I said, "I'm literally begging you. I need this job. Please, like this job means everything to me." I said, "Look, I can't take the porn down. It was in the past. I can't take it down. It's on my websites." I said, "Please, like I'm literally begging you. I have rent to pay and stuff." And he's like, "No."
Do you know where he lives? No, I don't mean go around his house. I mean send him a copy of your book for his fucking
Yeah.
Christmas present or something.
Nah.
Fucking knobhead.
No, I don't hold that against him. Like he's
but it's
he's
just
fighting his
like-
own things. You know, he's
Yeah, but that's
he's in his own
irrelevant.
head.
It's not like you're fucking him. Do you know what I mean?
But I want to thank Stuart out there. I shouldn't have said I want to thank Stuart out there. No, I
heart goes out to you.
I want to thank Stuart out there. If you're watching this, Stuart, I want to thank you because when you fired me, it gave me the motivation to do really well, and now I'm very successful. Thank you.
Do you reckon he's still working for the council?
No, he's probably still watching me porn. Because he called me and he was like, "Has come to my attention that you did porn in the past." I'm like, "How?" And he's like, "I'd rather not say, but it came to my attention."
Yeah.
I said, "So someone wanked over me and then grasped me in?" I was like, "That's dirty."
Little fucking weirdo.
Oh, and that's why, you know what, we would talk about women in the office and he was a proper lad's lad. He was like, yeah, she's hot, blah, blah, blah. And then like, as soon as it was the male stuff, he's like, yeah, you're disgusting.
Have you ever done water sports in your videos?
Yes, loads of times. Loads and loads of times.
Has a bird ever pissed on you?
No.
Would you allow it?
Yeah.
It's another thing you can do, isn't it?
No.
Eh? Why?
Can't do it in content.
Oh, you're not on any fans, you can't?
No.
You can do it anywhere else.
Yeah, but it doesn't benefit me enough anywhere else.
Fair enough.
You know, like, I piss on guys a lot. But that's not just for fans. That's
Yeah.
not only fans.
Have you considered going on the subs.com? Have you
What's
seen
that?
it? Well, do you know Tim
Oh
Spokane?
yeah,
The guy that made
Josh
OnlyFans.
Spooner said something like that to me. Yeah, that's not for me. I'm very pro OnlyFans. Like literally, I'm loyal to OnlyFans, and people can say what they want about it. But
He
like,
was the person that made OnlyFans.
so OnlyFans are there for me now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I have my own personal manager of OnlyFans. I can contact her and ask her if
Yeah.
there's any problems or anything like that. So they support me a lot. So yeah, I'm loyal to them.
Fair enough. That's reasonable. That's a good enough answer to that question. I can't really. You got me lost for words there. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Your book. Because we've spoken about snippets of your book, but like, when's it out? How's it accessible?
So the book came out Monday the 10th, yesterday. It came out, it was live yesterday. Anyone can get it right now on Amazon, called Smelly Kid.
I'm going to buy it.
Legend, go Smelly Kid book. So I'll talk about the reason why I want people to buy the physical copy. My book is called Smelly Kid, and the reason why I called it Smelly Kid specifically is growing up in a poverty family, in poverty, in like extreme poverty, I had nothing. I went to bed and I was that scruffy, nitty kid who smelled. And I know fellas in my class smelled me, and I know people talked about me. So it's about me owning my past. So now I'm giving that kid in my past a voice. So that's why I called it Smelly Kid. It was important to me that we use that name. The book. So the book is about my life growing up, single mom, 6 kids, growing up in poverty. It goes deep into lots of different things. I talk about the porn industry, about how they hired people. Look at you, boy. You're a legend. Look at that.
Got myself a book.
That's respect. The book. I hope you read it. I hope you learn something. Not that you learn something from it, but I hope you learn a bit more about me, why I do what I do, who I am as a person, because that's what I wanted the book to be about. I want people to know that when they see me on the internet, that's not the real me. That's only a part of me. I'm not all porn. Like Andy Lee, there's way more to Andy Lee than porn.
Just about 20% of you's porn.
Yeah. But like my life is deep. Like as a person, I'm a deep person, and it was the first time I'd ever spoken about this publicly, and I wanted to do it in a spectacular way. Now, why I want to sell the book, physical copies of it this week, importantly before the 17th. The first week, I want this book to be a bestseller, and to be a bestseller, we have to sell. The benchmark they said is around 5,000 copies. Obviously, depends on how many get sold that week of biographies and stuff. But I think we are currently sitting at 61 on the list. Okay. So I want to try and get to be a bestseller.
So by the 17th of March.
Yeah, we need to have sold as many physical copies as possible. That's why we didn't release the audiobook or Kindle at the moment, because I really want to be a best-selling author. Imagine, like this is what I always say to people, imagine looking at me, that kid from that book. When you read the book, you'll see that kid who was homeless, that kid who was scruffy, that kid who was smelly, that kid who went through everything is now a best-selling author. Like imagine how amazing that would be for me, just as a person.
How traumatizing was it? Because obviously, I'm assuming you dictated the book before you wrote it. Like to write it, you had to like talk it into a dictaphone and tell your whole story and remember bits and go back and back.
It was so difficult.
I tried doing this for therapy once. Okay, so I think I lasted about 4 sessions, and I started at the beginning of my life, and I was going through everything, the things I remember from 3 years old to 5 years old, and every time I left, I was in a fucking state for a week, and then I had to go back, and it's like reliving it all. Like, and I never dealt with it as a child because I was a child. Now I'm an adult having to deal with it because I've just relived it while speaking about it. And it was one of the most traumatizing things I've had to go through as an adult is going through what happened I'd done when I was a child.
So for me, we've been doing it for about 8 months now. And it was just with my friend Dave. His name's on the front of the book, Dave Taylor. We neither of us have ever written a book. You know, Dave knew my story and he said, look, we should write a book about this. So none of us ever wrote a book. So what happened was, for about a month when we first started this, he would say to me, look, Andy, anytime something comes into your head about your past, jot a note down. So then in our WhatsApp chat, me and him, we had this big list of notes by the end of a month. Then I went over to his house. We sat down, we got some pizza and food and stuff, and we just sat down. Sat on the sofa, we sat there for all night. And he said, right, go back to the start. And we had these notes to go by. And we had a dictation app open, and he questioned me. He said, right, go back to the very start of your life. And we spoke about different stages of my life. And he would question me about, he would question me about like a certain time. I would say like my mum's death, right, how did you feel that day? Give me some more detail about that. And then it would all go into this app. We would have all the information. Then every day we would FaceTime and we would go through, we would write in a chapter, re-changing things and adapting it and stuff. And that's how we did it. Then once we had my early stages of life finished in the book, I flew Dave over to Dublin with me. And I said, look, let's go back to these places. And I hadn't been back to these places since I was a child. So we went back to the flats I grew up in, where we got kicked out of. We went back to the women's refuge. And like, it was nuts. Standing outside this place, all these memories start flooding back in. And this women's refuge specifically, it was like a prison. Big tall walls, big wooden gates. I'm like, we lived here. Like, I lived in here. And then I brought him to the house I lived in when my mum died. Wow, it was a shithole. It was and it was tiny. I'm like, it was I lived here compared to where I am now in life. I actually lived here. And it was unbelievable to think about, because when I left Ireland, I shut this off. I brought him to my mum's grave. I brought him to schools I went to. And then we walked the distance. So where I used to live, as a primary school child, I used to walk to school because we didn't have money for a bus. So I used to walk an hour to school. And me and Dave walked the hour. I was like, I can't believe I walked this. Like at the age of 10 and 11-year-old child walking this length. And I was with my brother Patrick. He was 2 years younger than me. You know, and it was mental. There's so much in my book that was really, really difficult to relive. But I swear it was liberating. Yeah. Like, specifically what was most liberating for me was reading the prelude out to the people at my book launch the other day. The prelude, the first part of the book, the video I put on social media. I stood up in front of 50 people, all close friends and family, and people who loved and supported me. I stood up in front of them and I basically told them about the worst day of my life. And it was silent. Like, it was so difficult for me to...
I'm a weirdo. I'd have clapped when you finished. Yeah. Just like, naturally, I'd be like, yes.
But I sort of like... It was mad because I'm a very, very confident person. Like, this is what I said at the book launch day. I would literally happily stand up and have sex or wank off in front of any person there. Like, all of you. Like it doesn't... I'm not a nervous person at all. I was shaking. Just to read out a couple of pages, I was shaking. And it was because, like, yes, there was embarrassment because of where I came from, telling people, like, this little scruffy, smelly kid that went through all this heartache was me, standing here in front of you. And then also reliving those times and telling people about the worst day of my life. It is so hard. But after I was finished, wow, did it feel good. Did it feel good.
Like therapy.
Yeah. A bit like therapy, yeah. Obviously, I went through therapy as a kid. Like, when my mum died in a car crash, the social workers and stuff brought us to psychologists and stuff like that, but I don't think they help as a child.
No, because you don't speak honestly.
Because I wasn't listening. I wasn't interested. I was just lost as a child.
There's a lot of crime in Ireland, isn't there? Especially back then.
Yeah, loads of crime. Loads of my friends and I was involved in crime, gun crime,
Are you glad
drug crime. Absolutely.
Like, absolutely involved in it.
Yeah. So I left because that's not me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be involved in all that stuff. So I left Ireland to get away from it all.
Good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm sure your mum would be proud of you as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know. You know. But this is the thing. Some people say, oh, whatever they want to say. But the fact of the matter is, what's her job? To make sure her children are a success. Yeah. You're a success. So...
And like, I like to think so. I like to think that I am successful, and I'm not a selfish person. I like to think that everyone around me, once I'm successful, if I earn it, I always make sure everyone around me earns and everyone else does well around me. So yeah. Yeah,
good. Who's your star pupil at your university?
Ooh, my brother, Brian.
Yeah?
Yeah. I never wanted him to get into the industry. I always worried about him dealing with all the negativity because, like, there is a lot. And especially being brothers. How old is he? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think he's 23. He was born in the year 99. He was born in 99.
No. Okay, cool.
So he's 25.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to cope with the negativity. And he smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Like, he's like me, just a smaller version of me. People give him hate and he just, it's like snow off a rope. Back. You know, yeah.
Well done, Ryan.
That's it, lad.
Anything else?
No, just stay positive, you know, live and let live. I'm so pro positivity because, like, it is so contagious. Yeah. And I always try, everywhere I go, I try to tell people to be positive. Negativity drags people down.
I respect that. You know, I think it's very important. On my closing note, I'd like to say if anyone in the industry would like to be on this podcast, please just drop me a DM.
Dude, my experience on this podcast has been nothing but positive today.
The best one he's ever been on.
These guys were so welcoming to me. I told them to give me a bit of stick, and they didn't. You know, they chose not to because that's not their style. They've been open and honest with me, respectful. So, yeah, I do recommend if anyone wants to come on anyone wants to come on and have a chat, please do. It's definitely worth it.
Thanks.
Be safe. Share love to
all
everybody.
you haters, please drop some comments. I look forward to hearing them.
I'm pretty sure there definitely will be.
Any angry gays or angry lesbians, crack on, hit me up. I don't care. I don't mind. But I hope you do enjoy it. That's the main thing. And I hope everyone buys Andy's book.
Please do.
Please do. Support the thing. He's only got to sell another couple of thousand. So just contribute to him becoming a top-selling author.
Imagine me being a best-selling author.
It'd be fucking ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Ultimately, be safe and be happy and be positive. Stop fighting with everyone and stop being so negative in the world. The world is ours. We can be what we want to be in this world. And if you're nice to everyone, it'll all benefit everyone.
I'm going to be a gay porn star.
He's going to come to PSU. Oh, the newest member of the team, Andy.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.